beginning. Hello, people. They can hear us now.
Hello.
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 And just to do it preemptively.
Hello.
Sudz.
Just to do what preemptively, Chris?
I said it preemptively. You don't get to say it now.
Porn star.
Exactly.
Right, Chris, did you mute yourself in Discord so you could say it without us hearing you say it, but you could still say it on stream?
No.
That is a cheap move.
What is this?
Alright. So yes, hello everybody and welcome to Crabby D&D. Back with the Dawnseekers in the new year, episode 49. Can you imagine it's been over a year since we played?
D&D
There's 20 more episodes, guys. 20 more episodes.
Not just...
I give us
This is all
another week.
pre-recorded and scripted. We know what's gonna happen.
We said that last time. It's now people know that it's not scripted.
It
No,
is.
no, but it is scripted.
My character's gonna die in 3
episodes.
episodes by a giant behir, you know?
Your character does.
It'll be the ultimate irony that Behold isn't there.
The worst part about it is there is an actual way to do that.
Guys, we now have a new mission as a group.
Get
Die
Bern
over
killed in
here.
3 episodes. But yes,
The
I am
chat
here.
still goes on.
I am here with my players. Simon is the one who will need to do all this. Who will need to be properly sound tested. So, Sudz.
Hello,
Sudz.
Sudz.
Sadly, what do you
Malcom.
do, da?
Sudz, did you
How's
die?
your sugar daddy?
Okay, so that's dead.
Sudz died. All right. Harlan.
Hello.
Sam.
Hello.
Simon.
Hello.
Okay, it looks like you are a little bit quiet, but we'll see. Will.
Hello.
Ghaakt. No, not Ghaakt.
Also me,
Infernal.
hello.
Hello!
All right, and then Sudz is last,
then
but Sudz
Sudz
has
again.
disappeared for whatever
He's
reason.
back.
No, my Discord screwed up again.
Okay, well at least we can hear you now. All right, I will hear everything back soon. I might need to turn Simon up anyway because I'm having trouble hearing him, even if the stream can hear him.
Guys, we have an extra member now. We have both Ghaakt and Will.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's this Will guy?
For the
What does
longest
he
time, I thought they were the same person.
Same.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. It's like how some people think that Batman is Bruce Wayne. Like, come on.
That's fucking
That
insane,
dork.
man.
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Anything? Okay,
We all know
Hearing-
Lex Luthor is Batman.
Exactly.
Obviously.
hearing
He's
back.
the only one with enough money.
Hearing back from Matt. Is everything okay? Hopefully.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
you'll
he
find
hasn't
that
said
the
anything
Batman
yet,
story
so either he missed
could
it or
undermines
I don't know.
it.
Guess we'll see. I'm just gonna move my mic because I think I'm not being picked up properly. There we go.
Huh?
Guess whose stream
Walk off.
froze? I got Sudz. Did you die? Reloading now. Okay. Right.
No, I didn't die.
Up.
What a shame.
Go again. So yes. So starting off with usual announcements. Thank to Zenosa for the artwork being put through for various creatures and members of the party. One thing to note. I mean, I'm going to do this quickly because I've just noticed I forgot to do that. One thing to note is that the artwork for Ghaakt and all that should hopefully be coming through next week. I have given her preemptive warning, so hopefully I should have Ghaakt and Bern by next week, and then I'll be able to update the images of each other. So nobody die this session.
Everyone died. Everyone died.
If the party dies,
that
I'm
working
okay with
money.
that. I'll just start you guys back at like level 5 or something. You can make new characters.
Nope. If everybody starts dying, I'm leaving.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Well, have fun.
Oh, cool. Good for you. Enjoy.
Actually, no. In all honesty, if everybody dies, I might start running Rogue Trader on Sundays.
No, I meant
What's
my
real trade?
character would leave.
Warhammer D&D.
Oh, well, I'm not joining that.
Oh, okay.
Warhammer D&D. What?
You can play orcs.
Tyrannid.
I can play orcs
I
here
can't
too.
let you play Tyranids. There's no way it
Damn
would
it.
work in the campaign setting. I know it sucks. Anyway, so Zenosa for the artwork for the tiles. We have tabletop audio for the free service you just heard at the beginning there. You can mix and match all kind of songs you need, and then use them where you need them. There is Incarnate for allowing me to make maps like this new map, which all the players can see now, which is far more detailed, including trade routes and routes to and from certain villages and locations around the world, along with some marked areas which have been discovered, such as the Sun-Kissed Mountains, Dragon Sanctuary, and Black Hold, which are all on there.
The Black Hold.
Yep. And then
It almost sounds like butthole.
And then finally, Dungeon Painter Studio for allowing me to make maps like these, nice and easily, fairly good, and it's good quality. So, seeing as Matt is back, let's give this another go. Sudz,
Hello.
Harlan,
Hello.
Sam. Sam?
Sam.
Of course.
He's gone. He's not in here.
Oh.
He's dead.
Simon,
Well,
Hello.
Will,
Hello.
and Infernal. Will, you sound quieter. Are you away from your mic?
Is this better?
Yes.
yeah.
Better. Okay. Should hopefully be good. I just need to check. Mostly Simon's. Everybody else's is okay. Or it should be anyway.
Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman. Sorry, no, Mr. Crabman.
You know the rules on singing
Bring
on
me
stream,
D&D.
Harlan.
Okay, fine.
There are rules we had to set out for you before the episode 1.
Oh, my next bard character, you're gonna suffer.
You've had the opportunity to make like
I
bard
know,
or more
but
and you
just
haven't.
bards. I don't know how to play a bard. I just want to be like an elven asshole half the time, and that's I've done that too many times.
So Simon was okay, Matt? Simon, if you'd like to speak again, just so we can get a little bit more from that.
Sure. What do you want me to say, or do you want me to just ramble?
Just ramble, because you look
Sure.
very quiet on my end.
There's nothing I can do on my end to turn myself up. As high as it goes, which is the only way I can get through these sessions anymore. It's pretty depressing, really. my quite severe chemical addiction at this point, but I'm in too deep to stop now.
Okay. Well, there we go, everyone. Bit quieter than usual. Okay, I'll turn you up some more there, Simon.
Okay.
There you go. You're at 173%.
Cool.
I was able to leave you on 100 before, but not anymore. Alright, so Sam isn't here. He's probably going to send me a text in like 5 seconds saying that he's had enough of his computer. He did say that he's having trouble with his computer, and if things happen over and over again, he isn't going to be coming back. So, just keeping that in mind, I will be playing Elsyan in such a case. So, I think we should get on with this episode. So, last session, a party of adventurers. Sasha, Queglod, Elsyan, Bern, Malcom and Ghaakt, after returning to Adamanthia, met with Bern for the first time, relaxing after a long adventure away from home. Spending some self-care to themselves, they eventually went up against a bully team who worked within the adventuring guild that had been rebuilt in Adamanthia after the attack. The group, the Eclipsed Ones, fought against them, opening big with a bang, their arcane archer powering through, utilizing their the party's clumped-up nature to deal some serious damage to all of them, while Griamore, the leader of the team, got within close range to disrupt them. After an intense back-and-forth battle, the party prevailed over their opponents, seeing Bern's strengths to output some serious damage at range, as well as disrupt enemy casters. With this fight concluded, and the party now rewarded for their efforts, and the bullies sent on their way, the party now is brought up to speak to Hurricane about various matters, and finally to reach the outcome that they're all waiting for. So, you all head up to the spiral staircase through the centre of the tower. You make your way fairly near the top, and you eventually reach Hurricane's office. He's obviously inside where he was judging from above previously. Triumph is waiting outside, seemingly there to congratulate. He kind of gives you all a nod and is relatively happy with the outcome you guys managed. As you head inside, you all see the same room as you saw Hurricane in before, and he currently sits there, his wide cat grin, with his elbows on the table, with his hands kind of brought to a point, kind of clasped together. You did well, and I'm glad that I put my faith in you. Amen.
We're just glad to have done our best.
Indeed.
Yeah, happy we could help you with your problem.
So,
Well,
on to the outcome. We believe you to be of a relative strength to be put in the 4th position, their old position. We're still holding the 3rd for the team that went missing, the ones that went into the mine. I would like a report on them, obviously, if you are indeed taking the mine job.
we are.
Excellent. Well then. In such a case, you'll need this. He pulls out a piece of paper and what looks to be a bag of some kind, and he puts the bag on the top and slides the piece of paper towards you.
Ooh.
Who would be taking this?
Honestly, at this point, Bern is the competent one.
Okay.
You literally have a magical form called the Scholar.
Wait, what's he giving us?
A piece of paper
do you
in
look
the
it over?
bag.
Yeah, sure.
Do we really trust Bern? We barely know the guy.
This is his probation. If he loses the stuff, we kill him.
Well, obviously. Well, that's going to happen to any of us anyway. Doesn't matter how long we've been part of the group.
You lose our important shit, you die.
Okay.
It's just
What's
how
the
well you
important
stop other
stuff?
people remembering about the important stuff.
What's the important stuff?
Who knows?
As Bern looks it over, you can see the majority of it seems to just be a general quest information. You're not entirely sure what it relates to immediately, but as you begin to read it, it kind of correlates to the mines that you've been informed about. And as you kind of read down, it's got various different objectives along with the amount of pay you'll be receiving, along with various bits of information and things that can help in accordance to the quest. It reads basically the following. The Iron Mines. Initial pay 1000 GP. Completion pay 4000 GP. Map providing information of the layout of the new undiscovered location 1000 GP. Alive return reward can keep anything found except for rights to mine and any of the equipment or ores contained within the mine or the extended caverns beyond. Information known so far relates to a group of miners who managed to leave, talking of various attacks from goblins before the goblins completely disappeared. Further information: a high group within the adventuring guild travelled in, failure to return after receiving the quest. It's been at least a week or two now. Looking through the rest of the information, it seems to talk about various individuals around town who you go and speak to about different bits and pieces if you want to learn about either the history of the mine, the way it's laid out, the events that transpired before the goblin attack, those kinds of things. Everything's in place to allow you to know who to go to and who to talk to in order to get information if you wish to find anything. That should be all. Obviously, if you just sign here with accordance to your team, You're registering under the Dawn Seekers.
That's correct. Quick question though. In the case of elementals and similar creatures that are made potentially of ore or
those are more
rock.
arcane beings. I'll allow you to keep anything if you find them. You're more than welcome to break them down and keep them.
Okay. And if we're unsure about something, are we allowed to bring it up to ask whether we're allowed to keep it or?
No, of course that would be fine. If there's any concerns,
Okay.
you can speak to any of the individuals who are in charge of either various points of contraband or reward, depending on the specifics of what you're looking for.
Okie dokie. Is everyone good with this?
It should be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. Right. We sign at this bottom bit here, right?
Of course. Yes. Just sign there, and that'll basically seal the deal with regards to your towards your questing. Should you die, this will mean that your rights to the tavern and anything else will be maintained for the duration and probably passed on to your manager.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was going to ask if that was possible.
Yes.
Everyone, okay? Sasha signs.
Okay. You sign. Quest has now been taken. Only one signature is needed.
Oh shit! I thought we all okay.
No.
Well.
That's fine.
So, as you do, the
Sasha, signing our
paper.
lives away.
As you do, the paper floats slightly in the air, rolls itself up, and you see like a small scroll case appear, kind of forming around it before it seals and lays back on the table. The empty bag that he placed in front of you suddenly begins to fill with coins. You can kind of hear the clinking, and he says, "That'll be 100 platinum pieces, and if you ever wish to review the quest or wish to find out any of the information regarding it, simply open up the scroll case and it'll appear before you."
Okie dokie.
Oh, and you'll need these as well. And he passes you several scrolls of paper and ink and quill. This will be for drawing a map along your way. You doesn't have to be detailed or good. Just make one as you go.
That's fine.
I can take care of that.
Okay.
Okay. Like to clarify, out of character, it's going to be Infernal doing the drawing and stuff.
Yeah, because he's already started on that.
Yeah, but in character,
Okay.
Malcolm.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah, in character Malcom in there.
Yeah.
What
Cool,
happened?
cool.
I couldn't hear what he said because
In character,
Discord lag.
Malcolm's making the map, but out of character on tabletop, Infernal's making the map.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, if that's all, you're more than welcome to speak to any of the individuals around town. There's quite a few of them. Just see if you can. Just go easy on them. Some of them have had a hard time and are still trying to find work.
I assure you, Hurricane, we shall be the very essence of polite and calming.
In other words, don't leave it to Sasha. Got it.
Or else.
Exactly. I'm glad you all know me so well.
Oh god, this is gonna end badly.
I feel like I'm being left out here.
Eh,
Is there something I need to know?
no.
Wait. Is there something you need to know? What do you mean?
We're just thoroughly impolite people.
Okay.
Indeed, they are.
Uh-huh.
Hey! I'm very successful at being charismatic, despite the fact I'm not charismatic.
Sasha's been quite polite to me.
That's because you're a blacksmith.
That's the only reason.
Is that true?
No, you're a friend. I'm not the most skilled socially. I was not around many people for a good decade. So
People
Is it-
didn't want to be around Sasha, more like it.
no, everyone I knew and loved was dead.
Right, yes, you've got the more tragic backstory.
Yeah, suck a dick, Elsyan.
Wait, is your mother trying to kill you?
No, my mother's dead.
I think I might test this one out.
Yeah, Elsyan
Yeah.
is, as ever, exaggerating Sasha's flaws. Sasha can be blunt at times, but is perfectly easy to get along with.
Like her hammer.
Okay,
Well,
sounds like
anyway.
you each have your very interesting backstory.
Yeah, would be lovely to have a big talk about them at some point.
But for now, we should go. Take
Yes,
care of other things.
We're just having this conversation in Hurricane's office, and he's going to be there like, why are you number 4? Why?
How did you become these seekers? How?
How are you guys like the last hope for us in some weird ways?
No.
Why are you guys important?
Ah, finally, proof that the gods have a sense of humor.
We should get going.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
So, who does the thing say we need to talk to for information?
Okay, there are 4 individuals you can talk to. There is Edmund Barnes. By the way, all 4 of these guys are the miners, just so you understand. So there's Edmund Barnes. He was attacked during it. There is also Frederick Druid, who was also attacked. There is Neil Potter, who saw the attack happen. And then there is Timothy Krug, who heard the attack, but didn't see it. In terms of expertise of individuals who understand the layout of the mine, you would want to speak to Timothy. He is one of the head mappers, so the individual who will not prospector, but he's the one who will organize how things are constructed and how all the support beams are put in, that kind of thing.
Was the second guy that was attacked?
The second guy who was attacked was Frederick Druid. He's just a basic miner.
I mean, I think we should talk to as many of them as we can in the time we have.
Really, yeah.
I say we start with Timothy, because like if we can like have a map, basic.
Then go with Neil so he can tell us what he's.
Okay. So you're going to start with, who was it, Timothy?
Timothy.
Okay. So Timothy, as you take the directions to his home, all these individuals are human, just so you know. As you reach his property, you see what looks to be a relatively small house on the outskirts of town. It's on the outside of the wall, notably, in the small kind of outlets that live near to the wall, but not inside the city itself. Kind of expansions or, I guess, shanty towns. They're just outside of it all. You see a small kind of single-story building, not particularly kind of grand, and as you approach it, just a clean wooden door, you can see kind of a young girl. She's sat outside with what looks to be a cat, and she's hugging it to her heart's content. As you approach, she looks up and goes, "Oh," and she kind of gets up, runs back inside through the door. You hear what sounds to be shouting from the inside. Elsyan, you hear, "Mum, we have guests!" And
Children.
shortly after you...
Be nice, Elsyan.
Shortly after, just as you get to the door, a woman with bright orange hair kind of pokes her head out the door. Fairly simple clothes, kind of a front apron on. Can we help you?
Oh, who did we lose?
That wasn't me.
Sudz.
Okay.
He's having crashes.
Oh no.
Cut Eleton.
Who's taking the lead?
Well, it's my time to no.
How
Will.
about I do it instead?
Yeah, you're competent at charisma and niceness and shit.
Well, we hope the bard is good at charisma.
That would be nice.
How may I help you?
Hello. Crap, what did we come here for? We're here for the mine, right?
Oh no, this guy doesn't even know why we're here.
Okay,
It says
I
you
thought
can
we were here for. I thought we were here to talk to Timothy. Is that where we are?
Are you saying you're saying this out loud or?
We're in his house.
No.
No, of
this
course
is-
not, Chris.
One shot.
Yeah, you're here to talk to Timothy.
Yeah.
We're here to talk to a Timothy.
Oh,
Stats are still good from the fight.
what was that last bit?
My stats are still buggered from the fight.
Oh, right. Do you want me to fix them real quick?
Don't worry, it's just my health, I'm pretty sure. Carry on.
Oh, he is about. What would it be about?
We're here about a fight, right? Some sort of attack.
Oh, on the mines?
Yes,
Oh,
we understand.
yes, I can.
We understood that they were a witness of some sort.
It might be better if you come in. And she turned.
Yeah, let's just get inside these 8 people and 3 familiars.
Malcolm's staying outside.
Okay. Malcolm's staying
Instantly
outside
cuts
with his menagerie that's following
With his
him.
zoo.
Yeah. The little girl, she doesn't seem to like the spider, and proceeds to stay inside.
Of course
That's
not.
fine.
Of course she doesn't like
I
the
mean,
spider.
it's whatever. Care.
Yeah.
As the rest of you all head inside, she goes, Timothy, you have guests. They're here to talk to you about the mines.
It's just us lot there.
Yeah, going inside, you go in through an initial corridor. You can see above there's a small hatch that would probably lead into some kind of attic. But going to the immediately to the right and left, you can see what looks to be a small kitchen dining area to the left, and then a small living room with what looks to be a setup for a bed for a small child in the corner, with another doorway leading elsewhere in the building, presumably to their room. As you enter in, you can see what looks to be a kind of in his later 30s, early 40s, individual with a complete beard and mustache, which kind of cuts off after the mustache kind of curls across his top lip. It kind of goes directly down, conjoining with the base of his chin beard. It's well trimmed and very well kept. He has a set of spectacles on at the end. He's balding, forming a very deep widow's peak, kind of a dark black hair complexion, as he kind of sits there in a chair with what looks to be a book in his hand, and he goes, "Oh, yes, of course. Find a place to stand or sit, at your preference. Yes, I'll deal with this. So, how can I be of assistance? I've told Hurricane everything I need to know. Unless you have any further information that you wish to ask of me."
One of the things we were wondering about was, your professional opinion on the mine itself. It's how it's been set out. If you could help us have a starting map of the area before we head in.
Of course. Hold on just a moment. You watch as he kind of leaves, heading past you into the kitchen. He says a few muttered words. He seems to, from what you gather, Elsyan, it's just basically him kind of talking to his daughter, telling her to stay out of the way for now. As he seems to leave into another room, comes back with a few bits of paper. About a minute or two passes, and he kind of places them down on a small coffee table. These would be what you're looking for. These are the starting preparations for the mines, how it's constructed, that kind of thing. I think you'd probably be more familiar with this format. Gesturing at you, Sasha.
Yes, that would make sense, seeing as I'm a dwarf.
Oh, I was wondering for a name, is all, but no, doesn't
Oh,
matter now.
Smashfist, Sasha Smashfist.
Ah, well. Yes, these you'd probably be more familiar with this format than most others, unless any of you were miners beforehand.
I mean, I
Elsyan
quickly want to
Dissidia
make
was
a
not
bad
a miner.
joke.
I mean, I'm not really a miner, but
I mean, it was a few years back. But, you know,
Oh, we have
I
fun here.
used to live underground.
Right, can we just get on with it?
Yeah. He unrolls it, and you can see what looks to be the initial mindset. You see that there's a main chamber corridor that leads almost straight through, and it leads off into a few small rooms that are more equipment storage than anything. You can see, working from this design, there is a spiral column that goes down at 3 points. One is labelled A, B, and then the final one is C. Going down A, you can see it descends about a good 200 to 300 feet in this kind of carved spiral shape. As it kind of descends down, the stairway and the support beams kind of locked in place. A central elevator going up the center of it, kind of just on a pulley system. And you can see the general shape of the mine kind of mimics the spiral staircase going down, as it seems to travel round in a corkscrew motion. Kind of just in the shape of a screw, generally, as it comes to a point at the bottom. As it curls around, you can see there are certain points and markers where seemingly veins have been spotted of general ore or other mineral material. They're labelled in various different colours, colour-coded for different metals. You can see there's mostly iron, there's a few bits of gold and copper that have been kind of spotted in this area, but the majority of it is iron. And kind of as you kind of examine it, you can see the same thing happens on the second mineshaft, mineshaft B. The same kind of structure is in place with the various dotted motions of where the ore veins start. Before it goes into C, and you see that it's half built, and then there's kind of a stopped drawing where it's kind of dotted as to what its shape will look like. These are the mines that we have structured. The two mines, or the two initial mine shafts that we made, would bring up the ore. It would come up through the center, and then it'd be transported back to the city via a tunnel duct that went straight into one of our storehouses, and we had a team transporting that way. But otherwise, we used horse and cart for the first portion of it. But yeah, since the mine shut down, we haven't been able to work anymore on the third mine shaft.
Right, and that's where the initial disturbance, and then the incident was?
From what I know, yes. I heard the initial attack. It sounded like a rush, or there was a bunch of screaming, and then there was people running. Most of the miners were leaving the area. Running past and he points to a particular building which seems to be like an overseer's office. This is where I was at the time, and people were running, shouting goblins and ogres. I saw a few in the distance, and I made a run for it.
Understandable. Have you spoken with any of the other miners who were there at the time?
I've spoken to a few. Most of the ones which I knew, unfortunately, kind of fell in the attack.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, but it's been a while since then. I'm just looking for more work at this time. But Neil Potter, he was he was one of the head prospectors. He lives nearby. He's not too far walking distance from here. He was one of the actual ones who kind of saw the attack up close. He's one of the more front individuals prospecting different kinds of rock to see what kind of metals and material or minerals might be located in the general area, that kind of thing.
Right. Thank you for your help. If there's anything else you can that you think would be helpful in our endeavors, don't hesitate to contact us.
No, I don't think there's anything more. I did originally make a statement about it all, on how that's basically all I know. The area was attacked, and that's all I really saw when it came down to it.
That's fair enough.
I'm just waiting to return to work or find a new job at this point.
Well, hopefully we're going to, fix that. So that should be, yeah, we'll get started on it, and hopefully we'll be able to clear out the mines and prevent anything like this happening again. Thank you for all of your help. Any more questions, anyone?
This point here is the furthest you've explored, is that correct?
We suspect that that's where the tunnel leads, or where the tunnel starts, rather. From what we know, our construction was going as normal. As one of the head constructors, we should have gotten the support beams up fairly quickly, but if there was a natural cavern, it's possible that it might have even caved in at this point. We can't be for certain.
I see. Is that where the attack came from?
We believe so. It came from the end chamber. He would have been located roughly here, in between the two, in the main.
Is this connected to this?
No, we purposefully don't connect the mine shafts as to prevent there being any structural damage. We don't want to create too much of a wide area, which would be unstable. We need much more heavier support beams. If we just weaken the natural rock, it should be more than enough for what we need.
Okay, thank you. I think that should be it, unless someone else wants to know.
No, I think we have all we need.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. Thank you for your help.
Anything I can do, if you get any information ahead of time about whether the mines will be reopened, that would be good to know if I can prepare to go back to work or anything like that.
Well, if we get that confirmation, we shall inform you as swiftly as possible.
Yes, obviously our hope is to liberate the area, but for now, what we're really doing is scouting out, see if we can find out.
Of course.
Depending on the severity, we may need outside assistance, but either way, this is the starting of getting the area cleared.
Understood. Well, do take care, and you obviously know where I am, so. But I'd recommend, if there's anyone to speak to next, I'd say speak to Neil. He's the one who probably knows more about it than I do, or any of the laborers if you have any of their details.
Yes,
we do. Yes.
We were planning to go to speak to him next.
Well, good luck to you, and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Yes, you too.
Same to you.
Okay.
Same to you.
Goodbye. He sees you to the door, and you hurry out of the house. You kind of meet back up with Malcom. You share the details on what took place, and where were you headed next?
Neil Potter.
Okay. Not too far from here. About half a minute walk or so, just down the road. From this, also within the kind of shantytown area. You find another building. This one is slightly slimmer, less broad around in terms of general area, but it's 2 stories tall, just naturally thinner in its construction. Instead of being made from a kind of a stone with a proper tiled roof, this seems to be kind of a wooden thatch build. Probably cheaper, or most definitely cheaper, but much more made for someone of a lower class. You approach and you can see on the outside there are various lines of what look to be just basic pots with a few potted plants in. Quite a lot of them are empty at this time, as it is getting close to winter. And you can see on the outside there's kind of a little bit of washing hanging on a line that's just floating in front of one of the windows out there. As you approach, you don't see any signs of life on the inside.
Okay, I know this is just me talking, but does this feel like a horror novel to anyone else?
I mean,
Just a
it
little bit.
can't be as horrific as the last time we went into a mine.
I mean, yeah, but like it's still just. Who knows? Anyway,
Well,
who wants to take the lead this time?
I guess I can. If you trust
Go,
me.
of course we trust you, Bern.
You go up and knock on the door. Good hearty knock. You let the household know that there's someone at the door, and shortly after, there's someone who appears at the door. You see a fairly elderly gentleman in his probably mid-60s or so. Looks like he had a little bit of back trouble, kind of hunched over a little bit with a walking cane. As he comes to the door and goes, "Oh, what would 6 fine adventurers be wanting with me today?"
Are you Mr. Neil?
Yes, I am.
Yes, we came here to get some information about the attack on the mine, if possible. We're tasked to go and clear it out.
Of course. Yes, do come in. It is dreadfully cold outside. Did you want any tea?
I'm fine. I don't know about the rest of them.
I wouldn't be against.
No, it's getting cold soon.
Yes, no, tea sounds lovely. Right about now?
Excellent. I'll get the water boiling for that. He kind of hobbles inside, leaving the door partially ajar, allowing you in.
The ghost of Sergeant Peace Blossom echoes through the wind.
As you go inside, you immediately get that smell of like mildew and old people smell.
Delicious.
Old people smell, yes.
Yes.
I get you. It's terrible.
Yeah, as you head in, you can see kind of hanging up on a few coat hangers. You can see what look to be 3 coats. Some varying in age. One looks relatively new. You can, as you kind of head in, it's again another one of those corridors, and there's a staircase immediately in front of you that kind of curls up. And you watch as Nil kind of turns into a small kitchen living area. This is that kind of encompasses the majority of the bottom floor. It is almost entirely that, with a few closets on the other side. He goes in and he gets a kettle, fills it with water, and puts it on the stove, and gestures to his living area and goes, "Please do take a seat. So, what kind of information are you looking for? I assume you've gotten information about me, otherwise you wouldn't be here."
Yes, we wanted to know what you saw. We heard that you were a witness.
Yes, to the goblin attack, yes. From what I gathered, I was at the top of the mine shaft at the time. I heard shouting. Who was that from? Is it from Sam? Saying that he's had a crash and he's frustrated. My PC froze again. Sorry, mate. Okay. Yeah. So Sam's gonna be heading off now, I guess.
That's fair.
All right.
Back to being Elsyan for me.
No, you don't get to be Elsyan.
That when he fucks up.
It's only when he disappears and doesn't come back that you can be Elsyan.
Okay.
Alright, there you go, stream. There you go. You can have the view back. So we have returned. Like BT. Just saying.
It's because you didn't insult them. They got cocky.
I know they did. Alright, back to insulting them every single session. So, how much did you hear up to?
I think we got up to the spiral and then it cut off.
Ah, yes.
When he said the goblins attacked.
Yes, the goblins, they attacked from one of the lower chambers. From what I remember there was a... they ran in. I remember seeing a few individuals get their haves concaved by an ogre or two. Quite a few were trying to get on the elevator to get up. Most of them were running up the staircase, and panic set in. It's at that point that I started to run as best I could, fleeing the cavern. The goblins and ogres were hard set making their way up. They didn't know entirely where they were going. But after that, a lot of the miners ran. It's the ones who were trapped in the lower levels of the first and second mine that we believe lost their lives. They weren't able to get out in time. That's where we lost most of our casualties. But I heard that the mines were abandoned not too long ago. I'm just wondering if you know if that's true or not. Any of you?
Well, I do.
So wait, the goblins came out from the mine?
Yes, we seem to have found a natural pocket. Maybe they were waiting for us, maybe we alerted them and they ran out after us, I'm not sure.
And that came from the third new tunnel?
Yes, I'd imagine we'd hit a natural cavern of some kind and they just attacked us, but they're gone now from what we know.
Yes, they left.
Or they seem to have.
Which is bizarre. But that's what I know. There are a few other individuals who were closer to the attack. There's quite a few of them still around. I don't know all that much. That's what I saw, and there were at least 2 ogres, and there were quite a handful of goblins in there.
Oh shit.
What?
Guys,
Just had the realization he might not have to fight the goblin.
I just remembered. Who helped us fight the Morbin?
Oh.
Think back, guys. This is to the people from
Are they the same guys, though?
It's possible.
Oh man.
I mean, the ones who were with
And
us
we killed Bodnom.
specifically both.
We didn't
Were
kill
they
Bodnom.
ogres?
Bodnom died of
They had
combat
ogres, yeah.
honorably.
Remember, Bodnom was that one shot.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
But he also
campaigns are
showed up.
converging.
He also showed up in this when we were fighting the Morbin.
Did he?
Yeah.
I do remember you saying that he was the guy from earlier when I wasn't around.
Okay, it's possible.
Wait, maybe that wasn't him, but I know that Bodnom the Whizcrack, right?
Oh, yes, Bodnom Whizcrack. He was with the trolls, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, I've got to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
I'm just thinking that this could be a crossover event. I mean, it doesn't sound like it is because he couldn't even remember like where he's from. But that could be a fake out because I know never to trust you ever, Chris. Because you have too much knowledge.
Guess you'll just have to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's what I know. There were a few attacks. There's not really much more information from what I gather on that front. It's kind of all a mystery, and it was just panic that set in. Very few actually know about this kind of thing.
Oh, you're pretty quiet, Infernal. Is that just me?
Did they... am I fine now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're fine now.
Yeah. At which point you hear the tea whistling, or the kettle whistling, and he kind of goes and goes, oh, and he pours it out, brings it over in a teapot, and sets out a few cups. A few of them have cracks on them.
Oh,
And
thank you very much.
He places them down on the table and goes, drink up, but if there's anything else you need to know, I can let you know.
Did they look like they had a leader? The
Not-
ogres and the goblins?
Not from what I could see, no. By the looks of it, it was probably just I looked at it just some kind of rabble. I didn't get to see too much though, because I ran. That's about it. All I know is that when I was fairly close to the entrance to the mine, they managed to escape the mine shaft, the end mine shaft, and started attacking others.
I see.
A few of our local guard got involved, managed to take down a few of them, but they ultimately weren't enough for the horde that followed.
Yes.
Sasha sticks a straw in her cup of
That's some
tea.
good Foley.
No, I'm just slurping it real badly because I'm a fucking dwarf.
You find that one crack in the side and you just through the one
Just
crack.
break his cup to shotgun that.
No. Although, question: would mending work to like rebuild these things? Okay, I'm gonna like. I'm just saying. Actually, do you mind if I can fix these if you like? Do you mind?
That's up to you. I don't have anything other than the tea to offer.
Well, no, it's not a problem. It's just being helpful. I'm just gonna cast mending on all the teacups whilst I'm there.
Where the teacups have, they're mostly just like a white porcelain with like a gold kind of feathered trim to them. Various looks of flowers or ivy, that kind of thing around the rim. As you begin to repair them, the porcelain repairs, but the golden seam around the top doesn't seem to fill back in. Not fully repairing. You imagine it's probably just because it's some kind of like valuable portion to it. And the repairing of it just brings back the base material. It is repaired, and you begin to repair the whole set over the course of the time. But none of it has
hope
the
that's all right.
beauty of it. That's more than helpful. Yes, that would be good. Just don't go repairing that one. And he takes one from you just as you're about to mend it. That one's fine, broken.
All right. Well, that's your choice, and I'm sure you have reasons.
But yes, that's all I have with regard to that information. But yes, that is if that is all. At which point you hear a bell ring in the main room, and he's like, "Oh, I've got to dash off. If you can see yourself out. Linger if you want. I can see if I can find any documents regarding the ores and all that, but I'll be with you in a bit." And he rushes off upstairs.
Anyone else feel like something's going on here? Not like a bad thing, but just like I kind of feel bad for this guy. I think he's looking after someone or something.
Probably.
Well, if that's the case, the best thing we can do for him is to try and get him back to work as quick as possible. And
As
that
you
means
begin
getting
looking
him
around, you
sorted.
can see Malcom with his face pressed up against the window, kind of looking in.
Anyway, I feel like we should. We've taken enough
So
of this.
cold out here.
We've taken enough of this man's time. We
Yes,
just let
I
ourselves
believe
out.
we should go.
Okay. You set the teacups about. You move them over to the kitchen. Being polite, you kind of give them a quick rinse off before you all head outside. Passing through the main door, you see Malcom out there currently shivering where this is a more exposed area. Warm clothes aren't helping you here. The heat stones are helping Arachne, but not you. Malcom?
Just cuddle up to Arachne.
Sudz, you there?
Or a big
Okay.
ol'
Just making sure. Okay. So, you go outside, you can see there's a fair few individuals about. Obviously quite a lot of attention has been brought to the giant spider, the drake, the paper drake, the crystal drake, and the pseudo dragon, all surrounding this tiefling who's standing there in the cold. As the rest of his adventuring group appear out, clanking all the way.
All of them cuddling a large spider that appears to be like in a patch of non-cold.
Yep.
Are we gonna visit the other
Mine?
two, or
Of course.
do we just leave it?
I don't know what else we'll learn, but maybe
I mean,
I mean, it can't
These
hurt
are-
to get as
yeah.
many perspectives on here as possible.
yes, I agree.
from what I understand, it was just a goblin and ogre attack, but we don't know what was deep that the other group might have found out.
Yes, they were the actual workers, so they might have been a bit closer to the whole situation, in the thick of it, as it were.
From what I know, it looked like the goblins had left the mine afterwards.
Yeah, that's true, but like they must have gone through from the way they came, because otherwise they would have entered the city, and we'd have heard about them.
No, they went north.
South.
South?
South.
Oh, I thought it was north.
No.
They went south.
Is that not still in the city, or?
No. The city is to the west of the mine.
Towards the Enchanted
Oh,
Glade.
okay.
Yeah.
Towards the Enchanted Glade and the mountains thereabouts.
Copy.
So they left outside. Okay.
They went
Yeah.
from what Malcom gathered about 20 sessions back when he went mountain climbing for some plants. He saw a large trail of what looked to be goblin tracks leading southward.
That's
So they
that
were
makes it sound
run-
as if, yeah.
They were either running from something or they ran out of food.
Quick question on that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
About for timeline wise, how does it line up with me finding with how long it looked like the tracks had been there and when the other adventurer group went into the mine?
This was when you went and got your plants, correct? Which you then went and had
Yes.
built.
It-
So the
and it
attack
looked-
occurred afterwards. You got your plants before you left, therefore the Adventuring Guild hadn't been set up then. And the Goblin and Ogre tracks seem to have been about, I think I said about a couple to 3 days old.
It was about 2 days old. Yeah.
2 or 3 days old in terms of how recent they were. So this means they would have left before the adventuring group had gotten there by far.
Yeah. So something.
So something in there is still
Something's still not right there.
yes.
And
I
it's
guess
possible
that
it's
means
not
they
the dock.
were running away from something.
That would make sense.
I doubt it would be food. You hardly go up and wreck an entire mining village on a mining area on a stomach.
I wonder if it might have been.
I mean, I don't think they sent their entire group to go get food. If that was the
Exactly.
case.
So
I
running
mean-
away from something makes sense, and it would explain why the other party disappeared. They ran into whatever they were fleeing from.
Now, hear me out here. There is an alternative that there's like an underground paradise, and they're all just living it up in there.
Why'd they leave?
Maybe it's not goblin and ogre friendly. It's a little bit racist.
Does anyone
Well,
know
they should
anything
have
about
us.
the group that went there? How strong they were? I mean, seeing as they were.
They are.
They were the number 3.
In terms of what you know, they were number one.
They were.
They
that's
were
right.
number one, but they have since been knocked down to number 3 because they have been absent. Their spot's been held open until they are confirmed, or they're confirmed dead, or a month has passed.
Say,
Question:
Mhm.
Where was the other group? The other one we defeated. Where were they?
We
in
took
there?
their place.
They
They
were
were
they were 4th, and they weren't on the leaderboard until after the first ones had disappeared.
Okay, so there's the potential of some changes
Yeah,
there.
in terms of how powerful they are, it probably lines up to be around about 8th, 9th level, and you would have known from the document that there are 6 of them.
Guys, I have a feeling we're kind of unprepared, but we go anyway.
Hey, but consider, we're dumbasses and we're lucky.
Yes.
Sasha dies. Falls, trips
Besides
over
from,
rock and dies.
Okay, the rock I would have to trip over would be a mountain, because I have so much dumb health.
It's
Remember,
fine. All I
not
have to
here
do is have
to-
you land in lava. It's fine. You take full damage and immediate burning damage,
Exactly.
Ah.
which is not halved because it's lava.
Rip Sasha.
So, I guess we are going to the other two.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's where we started with this conversation.
Let us go to... Who lives closer, Frederick or Edmund?
In terms of distance-wise, Edmund lives further round from where you've kind of on the north part of Adamanthia. It's a little bit further round to the east side, closer to the mines. If you're looking for, if this is going to be your last stop before you either go to sleep, because this is still the same day as the fight, before heading off,
Yeah, because I'm still
then
hurt.
Frederick is actually in the city.
Uh-huh.
He is currently situated, from what it was known about 3 or 4 days ago, he's currently situated in a tavern on the south side of town, known as the Thirsty Scoundrel. Any of you who would know this name, I think Bern and Malcom, you know this is the initial entrance into the Undercity.
Uh-huh.
Ah, that way.
So you're gonna go meet him?
I mean, I guess we'll take the guy closer to the mines last, since we're gonna be going there anyway.
Yeah, we could visit him tomorrow.
Yeah, we can visit him on the way out. On our way in.
Yes, that's a smart idea. Bern, quick question.
Yes?
You know our winter festival gift. Should we yeah.
Malcom.
Before we head out?
I'm just gonna... Okay.
Yes, please go.
No, I'll let this happen.
Yes.
Have we done something, Chris? No, Chris, you've scared me now.
No. Okay, here's... Malcom and Bern, roll me a die each.
Okay.
It's a 9. That is a 6.
That's a 6.
Alright.
69. What?
Okay, Bern, here's the information.
Okay.
I thought Bern knew the information.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, you can transport that to Sasha if you want, because you would know this information by the time you would go to do this.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. So, as you all head to, who is it next, Edmund or Frederick?
Frederick, wasn't it?
No, Edmund. Frederick was the guy. Oh no, Frederick was the guy in the city.
Yeah, Frederick was the guy in the city, so you're going to go see him.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be all right with the party if I go to the Adventurers Guild and see if I can try and get in contact with the current #1 group? I believe they might have more information on the adventurers that went missing.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
The party's alright with it.
Oh, yeah,
I will allow this
That's
to be a
pretty
split
sensible.
party. I will say Elsyan is going with you, along with anybody else who wishes to go with Malcom in this case.
I'm going to have a nap.
I guess I'm going to Frederick.
I'll go for Frederick as well.
That's what, 2 for the town, 2 for Frederick.
And then 1 for napping. Yeah.
Let me think. I think I'll go for Frederick. Elsyan's charisma, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yes, Elsyan's charisma. Don't worry, he's only got 8.
I've got 14. I'm fine.
Alright, so yeah, I'll go with the other guys. I'll be the charismatic one.
Okay, sure.
I just wanna say, do I tell them, Chris?
About what?
What, do
What?
you have
Like
very
charisma
high
score?
Bern?
Yeah, you can do.
I have 20 charisma, just so you know.
Neat.
More charismatic than God himself.
2 more than me.
Or
No.
their self, or herself. I don't want to make any
Itself.
aspersions.
It's a concept.
That's blasphemy in your own cleric.
You can come. It's fine. Alright, I guess we're splitting up like that then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's Malcom and Elsyan going to the other adventuring group. And then it's the other 3, other than Sasha, going to Frederick. Okay.
Wait, am I not going to Frederick?
You said you wanted to go sleep.
You gotta go have a nap, so
Oh, right, that is true. That is true. That was more a joke, but you know what? That's okay.
okay. Sasha
I'm
goes to
cool
have a
with that.
snooze. We'll say you take your long rest, and then the party will follow. It's getting late in the day.
Yeah.
So, as you go to meet Frederick, you travel through the city, and there's quite a lot of people about. It's kind of mingling to the end of the day. People coming back from work, going to the various taverns and inns, that kind of thing. You pass through the Adventurers Guild. You say your goodbyes to Malcom as he heads off to try and locate the other number 1 group. And as you head further south, you reach the Thirsty Scoundrel. The building itself, it's fairly small, kind of half timber, half cut stone building. It has several shattered windows, and as you kind of walk in, you can see a lot of crude tables and benches that are mostly look like they've been repaired at many different times. It doesn't seem like the best place in existence. But you can see what looks to be just across, kind of standing behind a counter which has several dents, dagger marks, and burns, kind of like burn marks on it. Is this old female elf. She kind of just stands there with... Typically, you'd see individuals like serving other individuals. You see she's standing there, she's currently got a knife, and she's carving something into the desk, or into the counter.
Slow
Is
down.
there anyone in the tavern sitting?
There are quite a few people sat in the tavern. Quite a lot of them have their hoods up, kind of scraggly beards, and weapons displayed. And as you enter, quite a lot of them give you kind of a murderous glance.
You know what? I'm gonna give them the same.
Roll me an intimidation check.
That is a total of... let's see. Intimidate. Fucking character sheet.
It's at least a +5.
+8.
+8.
19.
19. Quite a lot of the individuals, like, they kind of get a look at you. A few of them kind of almost shrink back from it. A few of the ones who look more rough than others don't. They seem to kind of hold their ground, but as you do this, your weapon kind of hovers behind you as you're currently walking in with the rest of your party. Oh, who did we just lose?
Oh, that was me.
That was...
Oh, okay.
I guess we go up to the...
Time to restart all of Steam.
Oh, right, it's your brother, yeah. So you go up to the counter?
Yep.
What do you want? She pulls the knife away, seems to like flick it in her hands, and then puts it into her belt. You can see behind her, where there would usually be bottles of general alcohol, that kind of thing, you can see what looks to be more like poisons and various other concoctions which probably aren't drinkable.
When they say pick your poison, this is ridiculous.
Is Frederick Drought here? Or Drew?
Why are you looking for him?
I need some information.
And what if he isn't here?
And I'd politely request you to let us know if you know where he is. Politely.
Is that a persuasion or an intimidation?
I don't think any of us know anymore.
That would be a persuade. Oh wait, no, my intimidation's higher. Why is that 10? I guess that'd be an intimidation.
Okay,
Someone
rolling.
roll for me. I've got a someone roll for
18
me.
plus 10, 28.
Sweet.
Alright.
As you're there, the rest of your party there, she kind of looks you over, and then she kind of looks behind to see if there's any support. It seems like from the initial intimidation, quite a lot of the individuals here are like, nope, we ain't messing with that. And as you're there, you kind of pull your VL out, you kind of lean it to the side, and kind of look her deadpan in her eyes. You see a single bead of sweat roll down her face.
I take
Fine.
out a handkerchief. Oh, let me get that for you.
Just rubbing salt in the wound. She looks like she's been hurt. Her pride has been hurt. But she goes, alright. Upper floor, room 3. Do your business. Here's the key.
Thank you very much. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's head off.
Alright. You head past a few of the tables. Quite a lot of the individuals, they're kind of keeping their heads low or away from you. There's a game of cards going on in the corner. Some people are completely out of their minds, just drunk. And they have no idea who you guys are, nor do they care. As you head upstairs, you travel up just a straight up staircase which reaches a landing, curves at 180 degrees, and then goes back up. As you get to the upper floor, you can see the room numbers going along. You can see quite a lot of the doors here have been repaired, where someone has either busted through them or torn the door off at various points. As you go along, you find room 3. Ghaakt, you have the key.
I think I'll do the polite thing and knock first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You knock. As you're standing there, you notice a hole where where one of the peeping holes would be, but it's just a hole straight through the door.
I'm not sticking my eye through that. That's a trap.
You look as a eye from the other side goes, "What do you want?"
We're with the Adventurers Guild. We're here to ask you some questions about mine incident.
Right. Who do you think I am?
Frederick, a man who used to work in the mine.
Alright. There's a few clicking, and you kind of hear the locks being undone before he opens up the door. You can see a rough-looking individual. A full beard, hasn't shaved in probably the better part of a month. Still covered in soot, probably hasn't taken a bath either. And you can see what looks to be an eye, which is currently bandaged up. And you can see as he kind of turns around, he moves back into his room. As he kind of walks, and then he kind of sets himself down, and as the door swings to fully ajar, you can see he's got bandaging across his torso where it looks as though his right arm has been torn off.
Whew.
Jeez.
I want to see a cleric about that.
Burn out, the costs are too high. And yours is taking a nap.
Yep.
Ending was too taxing for
Well,
her.
that's-
She went
that's,
she went to sleep.
I definitely wasn't planning this at all.
You couldn't help him anyway. You need greater restoration to repair limbs.
Give me a level or two.
Yeah, and several thousand GP of ground diamond dust.
No, Chris, I literally mean give me a level or two, please.
No.
Please, okay.
No. You don't beg for levels. You can do that on the street. So,
Mr. Level 20, please spare some levels.
what do you need to know? As you can see, I was caught in the incident. Arrow took out my eye, ogre tore off my arm while I was running. Shattered most of my bones.
We're very sorry about that. We're...
You watch as he kind of collects a ball of spit and just shoots it off. And just like, ugh. Goblins and ogres, filthy creatures. It's not your fault that this happened. Those damned creatures attacked us. They're the ones who'll pay for it. I assume that's why you're here, to finish the job.
We are looking to head back into the mines, yes. See what we can...
Though it's somewhat related to that, and also the disappearance of some parties who came before us.
I was not made aware of this. Although I was told that another group of individuals was looking for me, but they politely left after a little bit of persuasion.
You know, politely.
Seems like the innkeeper can't keep her mouth shut.
Well, depends on the individual.
What you're wanting to know is about the goblins and the ogres. Just know that those stinking creatures. We mined down there. We were busy excavating some more. We found a good vein as well. We were carving round it and we hit a natural cavern. Some of our miners went down. A few hours later, we heard a little bit of screaming from down there. We saw one individual running back with lantern light before he was shot down dead by the goblins. One of my friends initially picked up his pick and told the rest of us to run before he was crushed by one of those ogres. I had a boulder thrown at me. I was moved out of the way, thankfully. Didn't half get hit though. As I turned to see what was happening, I got shot in the eye. Didn't remove it though, not that stupid. I ran as fast as I could, but one of the ogres got me. As it grabbed my arm, it broke my arm. It just broke my arm. Couldn't move. It had me in place. One of the guards rushed in and struck it. As it did, it tore away from me, cleaving my arm off and using it as a weapon.
Sounds like a nat one if you ask me.
Ran as best I could.
God, Sasha's not here for this.
Ran up the mine shaft as best I could. I was carried away, bleeding. Clerics were able to patch me up, but it's too expensive to get proper repairs. Not gonna get anything from the mine till it's back in action. Not even gonna get any bloody compensation neither.
I assume you didn't see anything behind them.
Of course not. Ogres and goblins, that was about it.
They look like they were attacking or running away.
Attacking for sure. Came in and massacred us. Otherwise, if they were running, they would have left us alone.
Shall we tell them about the fact that we got out? They left the west? South. Because that
Probably
part
not.
is strange.
Probably not.
I would leave it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Is that all?
unless there's anything else you think might be helpful for us to know, otherwise we'll leave you to it.
Order a piss tank when you're down in the tavern. It's the best drink down there. And you watch as he kind of goes back to taking a sip or drink of something and eating some foul food.
Very well then. Thank you for your help. And I will rise to leave.
Okay. You leave.
Yeah.
Rest of you all leave, closing the door behind. He seems to just be motionless for the best part. As you head back down, quite a lot of individuals are looking at you, and they're kind of eyeing your weapons, and they're noting no blood, seemingly.
Why would they think that we would, beat him?
This is just that sort of establishment.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Should probably
Wants to
return
linger
the
here
key.
any longer.
Ghaakt.
Oh, yeah. I give the key back
Ghaakt
to...
gets to the door, is like, alright, turns around. There's a full 180, wanders
Oh,
back
yeah.
in.
Here's the key back. Why, thank you.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Oh, shame. She tucks the key back under.
Poor fella.
Yeah, jeez.
He's had enough. Come on.
Should really come back with a cleric at some point.
No.
Be funny if I said
Imagine
that
our
whilst I
cleric
was
actually
there.
came with us.
God, if only there was a cleric in this party.
Mm,
Ah, well, let's get going, everyone.
mm.
I
As
mean,
you-
I can do the same thing, so.
Yeah, Great Restoration.
Yeah, but you're also not here, so.
As you all proceed to leave, you make your way back to the tavern to meet up with Sasha, who's fast asleep in her room. You can hear the snoring the moment you get through your back
I don't
doors.
trust druids and their homeopathic nonsense.
All right.
Is it alright to throw Sasha down a
It's
flight of steps?
the ultimate crossover. Homeopathy versus faith healing. Who will win?
Oh my god, I love it!
All right. Speaking of druids, Malcom, as you climb the tower, who do you head to try and find them?
Are there any, like, guild receptionists or anything like that?
Yeah. You head to one of the kind of relevant receptionists, or the bookkeepers, as they would be. You go over and you wish to speak to one.
Yes. Yeah, just walk up to one. Excuse me, do you think you can help me with something?
What do you need? Looking for an application or something?
No. I'm actually looking to talk to some people. The current number ones of the guild.
Who are you to be asking for that kind of information?
We did get basically registered, right?
Yeah. You went through the full process.
Alright. My name's Malcom. I'm with the Dawnseekers.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't recognize you. Sure. They're currently in town, from what I know. They'll be leaving for a mission in a day or so. They're in the old one, the Broken Sword.
Broken. Oh, I know where that one is.
Yeah, the building's been refurbished, but it's still up and running for the original ones.
Alright. Thank you for the help.
Okay.
And I start making my way to the Broken Sword.
You get to the Broken Sword, you can see that it's been mostly remade. A lot of it's been repaired, where some of it was in a little bit of disrepair. As you head in, you can see a lot of the individuals here. Where it was full of guild members, quite a lot of it has kind of cleared out. It's only the original individuals who are in here at the moment. The shops are less active, but they're still there. But you can currently see the dark-skinned tiefling over in one corner with her axe, currently using some kind of wet stone on it. Don't believe you recalled her name. You may have done. And you can see the what looks to be a sylvan individual, thorny hair and kind of a white robe on.
Hmm.
And they're currently standing over, talking in one section. There's the guild lady herself behind the. I believe she was a gnome. Hold on. You're also registered here, so technically you should have been pre-registered for group, but still, hold on. Gotta find what I'm looking for now. Adamanthia, that's what I'm looking for. Yes. So you registered with them. And no, not Tiefling, Drow. Sorry.
Wow.
And the lady behind the desk is a... Where is she? Where is she? She should be on my list. Oh yeah, the gnome. Yeah, see a gnome with like bright blue hair, currently sat behind the desk, currently working a few bits. And the yellow tiefling that you noted before, who's also still sat there, currently writing up a few things in books.
The yellow tiefling?
Yes, who you saw when you first came in here.
Well, I'm gonna go up to the gnome.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh, long time no see.
Yes, it has been a while. I was wondering if, you could help me out with, getting in contact with the current #1 team of the, guild?
She points over to the drow who's currently sat on the stool, sharpening, while the sylvan individual is currently standing there talking to her.
Oh,
Those two are
thank you.
two of the members of it. The others are about somewhere.
Alright, thank you. And I guess I make my way over to him.
Okay. You head over with Elsyan. Elsyan has had a conversation with her before and is very off-put by this re-encounter. As you approach, they both go silent and they just watch you get close.
Excuse me, do you two have a moment to talk?
Of course. Sylvan speaking here. Of course.
My name's Malcom. I'm with the, Dawn Seekers. And I was coming to, ask you guys if you knew anything about the group of adventurers that didn't come back from the mine.
Yes, I do. They left about a week or two ago now. Haven't been back since. They're pretty strong. We hadn't fully registered at that point. We were out on a mission. I'd say they were the second in our guild. But yeah, they're fairly strong. Their leader's a bit thick-headed, but that's fine. They have a few smarts in their team, although they are a bit shy.
Do you know anything about them, like what they look like? Or anything?
If you're looking for who they are, I ain't got names. They were our rivals at one point. You'd want to speak to our boss about that, but he's currently out and about fishing for quests. Currently doing various bits out with the second. If I remember correctly, the other group had, from what I remember, 2 humans, an elf who was the leader, a gnome, a dwarf, and a full orc, I remember.
No more and what?
Dwarf. 2 humans, an elf who is the leader, a full orc, and a gnome.
Well, it would. I'm thinking it would be best to to find out more about them. So, if it's all right, I'd like to wait around till your boss gets back or your leader gets back.
He probably won't be getting back today, unfortunately. when he goes fishing for quests, he's been gone for about 3 days now. To go off on his own, he prefers it. He's somewhat of a sneak thief, shall we say, and quests sometimes involves procuring things to help you with that.
Yes. Alright. Well, our group's gonna be heading out there. Hopefully get this matter taken care of, and hopefully be able to bring back the other group.
Well, if you do, good luck. Just don't befall the same fate as them. That's all I can really say to that.
Not. Well, hopefully not. Well, best of luck to you guys. And I'm gonna head back.
Okay. He nods. Elsyan gives one last glance at the drow, who gives him a death stare, and then he shuffles behind you.
Elsyan, don't go starting trouble.
I wasn't. And you walk back to your inn, and you prepare for your night's rest. The tavern's in full swing. Quite a lot of people are enjoying themselves. Hurricane isn't there tonight. He's got a lot of paperwork, but his friends are. You can see Chunk. He's being less than well behaved, but Animal is trying to keep him in check where he can. And you all rest up for the night. So, you all receive your benefit from full rest.
Finally, off 10 HP.
So, where you're all fully restored, you all get up the next morning. Sasha first. Actually, no, Elsyan first still. Elsyan's gone downstairs. He's preparing himself, going through some just mental exercises here and there. Seems to be playing chess with himself. As Sasha, you kind of exit your room. You bathe and go downstairs after putting your armor on. In full swing. You see Elsyan there, and all your other companions are waking up at this point. As you're all kind of washing yourselves off and getting ready for the day ahead.
Yeah.
Elsyan kind of perks up and looks at you, Sasha, and goes, "So, what did you find out about Frederick, then?"
What are you talking about? I went to bed.
Oh, that's right, you did. Lazy. At least we were working.
I am
Basically,
I
the
am
guy
preparing
seems to be the one
myself.
who caught the worst of it while still making it out alive.
Well, I was resting so that the main healer and tank,
I think
whatever
you'll
those
find
words
that's
translate
Malcom.
to. Oh yeah. You just suck up to Daddy Warbucks, won't you, Annie? Question: does Annie exist in this universe?
I don't know who you're referencing at this point.
He's talking about the comic newspaper strip character. The redhead girl.
Presumably,
was adopted
Harlan is
by Lex
referencing the
Luthor.
musical.
Yes, the musical.
Maybe. No, I don't know. Alright. Yeah, you know I'm not good with culture. Anyway.
Basically, I called him a gold-digging whore.
Yeah, that's about right.
Which
So-
is inaccurate to the musical, and I'm just saying it to
Yeah,
be
it's
bad
kind of
to-
fucked up considering he's her adopted daughter.
I'm well aware. I'm very well.
So,
I've been in some. I've had the worst possible jokes being told to me for a long time.
So,
I've been broken.
what did the rest of you find out about him? You said he's had trouble.
he's not doing the best, is he?
No, missing eye, missing arm. Probably some hemorrhaging. For some reason, everyone else said the blood of dead too.
That was a specific grievance. Might just have been the kind of place he was.
At this point, you see Malcom as he heads out the main door, just walks past all of you. You can see with him Oh, okay. Never mind. Wrong way. He goes back up the stairs at this point. Never mind.
Don't worry, Malcolm.
You-
I do that too.
You said you said I'm walking off at this point, and then you put Y afterwards, so I had to have you do a full 180 to go the right direction.
I walk out. It's like, wait, what was I doing again?
I turns around and goes the other way. Malcolm heads back off upstairs to his room. Shortly after, you see Malcolm come down with Aurum and B. No Arachne.
Where's your pet? Where's your pets, Malcolm?
Nanny the fuck.
Oh, Arachne? I'm having her stay with Gree while we go and take care of the stuff at the mine.
Not trusting
Okay.
our ability.
I just don't want anything to happen to her.
No,
Things have been
I
getting dangerous, and I don't want her getting hurt or killed.
you know, I support this decision. We don't want to lose any more members of the team, and honestly, I'd much prefer Arachne stays safe.
No, it's quite wise. Actually, while we're having this conversation, it might be a good idea to remind all of us that this is going to be dangerous, and that our job here is not to solve the problem by ourselves, just to figure out what's.
I mean, if we can solve it by ourselves, that's not like a
Sure,
bad thing.
Sure, of course.
I don't want
Let's just
to
remember
make
that.
the same mistake we did last time.
Yes,
Okay.
retreating
Ooh.
is a valid solution.
By the way, Harlan, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. Is that?
No.
No, Simon, he's talking.
Hey,
Simon.
Sam is
Oh,
quiet.
okay.
Simon.
Simon.
Sam isn't here. Of course, Sam's quiet.
But
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn him up
Who's
on Discord.
quiet?
Yeah,
yeah.
I have him currently up to 200%, and still hard to hear.
I kind of have to turn everyone down and then turn my system volume so Simon is at the same level as you guys. He's at 200%. Each of you are like minus 50.
No. See, that's actually a really good way to do it. I'm gonna do that as well.
I can't because I got a stream. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I've just got it so all of you are super loud. Then there's Simon, who I can just hear.
Really want
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
mess with your stream setting.
There we
Is
go.
that better?
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
you are louder. Yes, thank you. However, you will need to turn up your sensitivity so we can hear you, so you don't cut out every now and then.
And that.
Oh, I actually hear you. I actually need to turn him down.
This is the
okay.
first time
Um,
I have ever been able to hear Simon clearly in my life.
Huh.
Ooh,
And I
Discord,
met him in
Discord just
person
went yellow
for
for
many
me. That's not
years.
good.
Okay. Well,
Discord
turn my
just-
sensitivity down a little, so.
Discord just
Discord
went
disagrees.
yellow for me. Yeah,
But
Discord
It's
isn't
just
being
you,
great
Chris.
right now.
I think it's just you.
Okay, hold on. Let me message Matt to get him back in here. Is Simon still okay? He messed with settings.
well, people.
I
will
don't know why
complain
you haven't messed
like-
with settings early.
I don't know. Nobody told me that it was really bad.
We have told you so many times.
Okay, since getting a new microphone, nobody told me it was really bad.
I mean, we did say you're a bit quiet.
We're just polite.
Simon, you get to join the rest of the group
That's-
at
that's-
50% volume.
That's your own mistake. Being polite.
Yeah, you need to turn your output volume. You didn't do that, did you?
Huh?
You didn't hire your output volume, did you?
What, on Discord? No, that's maxed out.
Alright, Infernal.
That's
you,
been maxed at 200% for ages.
Infernal, you have a job. Please open the stream, and then once Simon talks, we'll know if he's too loud.
Okay.
Yeah, once you've loaded the stream, let me know. Just because I think you're the only one with a competent internet to do it, other than Simon, who will probably hate the sound of his voice.
hey, I can do it
Right,
all.
I'm muting myself.
Confirmed.
I'm on stream now. I'm muting myself here.
Okay.
So Simon talk.
Simon talk, and then
Okay, yeah.
it will be
well,
compared
I
to
don't
me
really wanna
and
repeat
some
the-
others and that kind of thing. You
yeah,
don't
I
want to
really
repeat
wanna
about being
the
high?
rant from from no, that was quite a personal moment. Bit of a personal confession. So I guess I'll have to think of something else to rant about. Nothing really comes to mind.
Squares.
Politics, eh?
Oh,
Oh
no.
shit! Why don't you talk about your favorite
Okay, he's good.
foods?
He's good.
He's actually really good now, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. All right, I'll leave him as is. So, getting on with it. As you're there, what would you like to do? Unless you have more conversation to have, because we cut off partway through.
We should probably stock up on health potions if we're going down there. We don't know what might be going there.
You got 100 platinum in advance, by the way. If anybody didn't note that down.
I give my portion to Sudz.
What's the portion?
1,000 in the bag of holding.
Exactly. We just put the 1,000 in the bag.
And my part of that 1,000 is yours. Enjoy.
All right, so 100 platinum.
Look at that! I've paid you back already. It's a miracle.
No.
Sasha, the con
It was
woman.
close to like 2,000.
I'd like you to make a history check on that.
Do I have to?
No, you probably don't.
Wait, what's my history?
I don't know.
So much better.
Oh, do you want me to roll a history check on that?
I'm just messing with you. It's fine.
Okay, so you
How
got
many
1,000 in
health
the bag
potions?
of holding. What do you want to buy?
You guys have any health potions?
Gas masks.
First, I'm gonna go see if there are any health potions that have been made by a dryad person.
Okay, she has made 1 health potion.
That's
Wow.
one health potion we don't need to buy.
You don't know how good it is.
Oh.
Can I kind of like look at it and tell with my
Make me a herbalism check with
Since I-
disadvantage because you didn't make it.
with disadvantage? Okay. Come on, roll high. Okay, that's
7 plus 7?
14.
14. It looks alright.
I will go ahead and use this one.
Okay. Put it in your... You're
Just
gonna...
give it a little lick
Okay.
and just like.
You're gonna have that one. Okay. Do you now have that one?
I
So
guess we should go and buy some.
I know the perfect place.
didn't mean to click.
Green.
I do too.
To Shishkree. Everybody, let's visit Shishkree.
Why Shishki?
Not Shishkree. Gree.
Gree.
I know, but I'm just saying that was what went through Elsyan's head.
Okay. So, you head down to Gree. Or the Webbed Treasures, as his business is known. Down there you see Arachne, currently there with the 2 other giant spiders. As they're enjoying their time. She seems to just be like hanging around. As you go in, you can see Gree is there, kind of serving a customer as it currently is. And after he serves him, kind of leads him out the door, turns around and goes, "Ah, welcome. You looking to buy or you looking for me?"
Looking to buy.
Alright then. What are you looking for?
Healing potions.
Need some health potions, yes.
How many?
Like
Like so many.
8, I guess?
Probably 2 each, yeah.
Oh, we need way more than 8 for 2 each. How many fucking are
12.
12?
I can do
How
that.
much is 150?
Each one is 50 GP, yeah.
Is he not gonna discount us?
I'm just gonna double check that it's
Probably
50.
not.
It's in the PHP. Hold on.
Normal one's usually 50.
Would it be smart to get some stronger ones as well?
They're a bit more expensive, but yeah.
Where's my...
Well, let's see. How much do we have in the bag of holding? Not much. How much do I have?
Not much.
A lot.
Meh.
It should be, in terms of what you've got, it should be 1k in the bag of holding, plus whatever was in there, so...
1k in the bag of holding?
Yeah, because you
Well,
got 1,000
1K
platinum for the... Yeah.
That's 6. That makes it...
Yeah, 100 platinum.
7.
If you're looking for... if you're looking for healing potions are 50 GP, greater healing potions are 250, and then a superior is 2,500.
Well, if we're buying stronger ones, we're definitely gonna want to stick with the not so expensive ones. Should we
Yeah,
get-
How much
I'll
is
be
in the
honest.
bag of holding?
Bag of
Not enough.
holding has 1,730 gold.
Okay.
If
So
you're
I
looking for
assume
potions,
there is
I
no
can-
discount.
For you, fine. I'll knock 5 gold off per.
So that's
45
That's
gold.
45 times 12.
45 times.
45 times 12
Oh,
is...
540.
Yeah, 540.
And let's see, 2.
And are we getting superior or one greater each? Or
That would be 1,470 for that.
45 times 12.
No, for the greater ones. The 250.
is he gonna discount the greater one?
No, because he hasn't got many in stock.
Alright. 250.
Unfortunately, we mostly manufacture the healing
1,500?
potions, not superior or greater.
So
Well,
that's 2,040 gold.
and how much was it for just the regular ones?
540 for regular ones. 2 each.
You're doing God's work, Shishkri. No, Shishkri. I don't say that in character. Not least of which because I don't know if we'd actually like be legally allowed to say we're doing God's work in this thing. Like I feel like what you did just be like, which one? There's so
Exactly.
many.
Yeah.
All of them.
So.
Even the ones that want to kill us?
Okay.
Yes,
exactly. While you're here, Grey asks, what else would you need other than healing potions? Are you after anything else?
I mean, I still say we should go for it. Like, I don't suppose you have any like. You're a smart man, Gree. You're knowledgeable of the world.
Correct.
Do you know of anything that would be underground that could scare the shit out of a load of goblins and ogres?
Purple worm.
Purple worm.
Oh shit! Don't even
yes.
suggest that. That
Purple
would-
worms. Anything bigger than them, typically.
Any suggestions for searching out a mine that probably has something that can scare off? I believe a horde would be an acceptable phrasing for the number of.
I would
goblins
recommend
and ogres.
having sources of light, should you need it.
Oh yeah, got that covered.
I'd
Got all
recommend...
drifty here.
If it's scaring out a horde, such as you say, you'd probably want quite a few healing potions. And just in case, I believe you're capable of casting Revivify.
Yes, but no diamonds. No diamonds. It's very unfortunate.
That I can handle.
Ooh.
I may not be a jeweler, but we do specialize in arcane components. I have enough for 2 castings. 2 300 gold gems.
Do you have a 300 and a 150?
150s are unnecessary. 300 is the exact cost necessary for the needed amount for Revivify, so there is no need for...
We've got an artifact that lets you do it for half the price.
Well, would have been nice to know that sooner, but it's a very specific case. 300 is all I have.
That's fair. I just thought I'd double check. What are your guys' thoughts on revivifications?
Well, it wouldn't hurt.
It's probably always worth
Having at least one in the
yes,
chamber.
having the option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Moneybags!
What?
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags, what are you buying?
Well, I don't know. Okay. I was planning on paying for all the regular healing potions from my pocket.
Oh.
That's 540.
That's not.
For
That's
the regular. For the greater ones, it's 1,500 if you want to go.
I don't have that much. Most of my money went to Sasha.
Okay, so, you have how much in the bag of holding?
Bag of holding has 1,700 and.
Okay, work with the 1,700,
30.
just to make things simpler. Healing potions, are you buying them?
Potions regular, yeah.
Okay, so that's 540 plus.
I guess we don't need one greater each.
I don't think we can afford one greater each.
No,
We
each
can with
is
the
probably a bit
1.5.
much. It might be worth having one or two.
Yeah, one or two, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
so,
3 at max.
So, at 500 added for the 2 greater healing potions.
Alright, well, regular healing potions are coming out of my pocket.
1,040 total.
Make this
1,040 so far, yeah.
1,040.
I agree. I wanted to ask, would you need armor for your spiders?
They don't typically go into fighting all that often. But I'm sure I could find a use for them. At the very least, I might be able to work... Abbott may be able to work something with them.
Me and Sasha made a giant spider body out of, what was it, steel?
Steel scale, yeah.
Yeah, steel scale mill.
I see.
Only basic armor, of course, but well, we thought if anyone would want it or know who to sell it to, you'd probably be the person.
I'd say I'd probably have to speak to Abbott about it first, see what he can work with. Does it have... I believe the term is a mantle?
No, unfortunately. We couldn't afford a mantle at the time.
We are willing to, of course, modify it to have one. I can do that, right?
You can,
Just a
the
basic
DC will
armor.
be higher, though.
Good thing we got 2 highly competent blacksmiths.
Well, this is gonna go poorly.
Yep.
Alright, so about how much was it for the greater?
500, because you were buying 2.
500, so it takes this.
So you've each got 2 regular healing potions each. Note that down. I will do Elsyan because he is not. It's not here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll write that down in his character sheet. Okay.
Where are the 2 greater ones going?
I don't need one.
I'll probably be fine. I'd say give it to Ghaakt and you are probably the most mobile, and also Keely.
I mean, kind.
Because Because, like, I've got enough health that if something takes me down, like, yeah, no, I've got enough health and healing myself that it shouldn't really bother me if something does get attacking me. But you guys are, like, mobile enough to get to other people if they need it.
Yes. I should be fine. I suggest probably.
Yeah, my thinking would be that it might be smart to give them to the people who don't have their own healing abilities.
Yes.
So that if the healers go down...
Queglod and Elsyan.
I'd say Queglod and Bern personally, because Bern, you have a lot of health as well.
I have something that can help me.
Okay. In that case, Elsyan and
Okay.
Queglod.
Yeah. Well, we know who one of those will be used on. In that case.
Who's got them?
Queglod and Elsyan.
Queglod and Elsyan. Okay. Noted.
Do we want to buy some diamonds?
Yeah, I think one.
At least one would probably
So
be
So it's 300 per, yeah.
So this gets taken down.
I assume we can't split the 300 one into 150.
No. Doing so will ruin the quality of them, and thus will either one cost you more, or two it will ruin one of them, and you'll just end up with 151, and the rest will be wasted. Because cutting diamonds is a process from the rough version of it, but if you're cutting a precise one, it's not the same.
I have to ask, could you fabricate it?
No.
Worth a
Fabricated
try.
objects cannot be used as spell components.
Oh,
Yeah. Spells cannot produce spell components, thus following the order of the spell's creation and fabricate.
okay.
Creation is the only one which specifies it, because it's the only one which can encompass basically all that you would want. Yeah.
Alright, well, we should be fine then. Yes, speak to Habot, see what he says. We can maybe try and add a mantle, but we don't know if that's gonna...
Can it do it for jewelry? I just have to ask quickly before I forget.
What?
Like, could I split a gem into two smaller gems?
You can try.
Fabricate for like jewelry and stuff.
I will tell you this now, you can try, but do keep in mind that the method for doing so has a high chance of you just ruining one or both halves.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Just thought I'd double check just in case.
Yeah. Best case scenario, you end up with 2 100 GP diamonds. Because you'd be losing some in order to refine them to make them worth the 150 GP. Thus they'd lose cost because you're shaving bits off.
Doggy.
Okay.
Alright.
So.
Speak to Habot, see what he says. Get back to me.
I will. Yes. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. So you've got your potions. You bought 1 300 gold diamond.
Yep, I already took out everything.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that's all done. So.
Let us go.
Okay. As you take your steps outside, you go out into the outside world through your tavern, and you begin to travel. Malcom, you're the first person to notice this. As you look up, you can see on the horizon what looks to be clouds.
Uh-oh.
The clouds seem to be snow clouds. And they seem to be arriving probably in a couple of hours.
Oh, by the way, just to make it known, I did take the heat stone from Arachne.
Okay. Noted. Yeah. As you head, so you're heading to the mines now.
Yep.
Well, first are we gonna talk to the guy or not?
I don't think there's really much else that we could find out.
Yeah.
Also, Simon, you might want to turn up your sensitivity just a smidge. Because you're transmitting every now and then, but I'm not sure why.
Oh, right. So
Unless
probably
it's
background
Just
noise?
breathing.
yeah, like breathing. That kind of thing.
Probably, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's fine. So, So you were going to head to the other guy before you went, Alf.
I personally don't want to, but if the others say.
I don't want to either.
I
No,
don't care.
I'd probably go straight on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
As you leave out of the town. You know, Malcolm, you've travelled this before. It's about a day's walk to the edge of the mines. You travelled to that rough area before you scaled the mountainside around it, looking for various bits and pieces. You begin walking. It's fairly early on in the day. You leave the outside of the town. You begin on your quest, and you begin to travel. As you do, the winds begin to pick up, and it begins to snow. It's not blizzardy weather, but it's cold. It's biting. You've all got your warm clothes on. You've all got your heat stone currently active. As you kind of bundle yourselves up, you keep moving forward through the snow. For some of you, this is your first time seeing snow. Bern, Bern, I believe this is just your first time seeing snow.
Yeah, we've had our.
Okay.
Never heard of snow, but knows about hard drugs.
Well, of course, he comes from the Underdark. Shadiest place there is.
What is this, sugar?
Snow.
Oh, Bran. It's snow, silly.
Elsyan's gonna pack up.
Tell you about fire.
Elsyan's gonna pack up a snowball of telekinesis and lob it at Bern.
By Bern. It's supposed to be Sasha.
Is you'll throw one at Sasha later? Okay.
He's lulling Sasha into a false sense of
plus
security.
7. That's 18.
Now what's going to happen
That
is that
just
Elsyan's
hits
going to
me.
throw that at Bern, so next time they are present, Bern's just going
Wait,
to throw
no,
one back at Elsyan
sorry.
with no context.
A snowball
Chris.
hits you in the back of your head, Bern.
Does he have proficiency with snowballs?
It's a telekinesis.
Telekinesis, yeah.
Ah, right.
It's Farnsworth. Come on.
Farnsworth has proficiency with everything.
Exactly.
What was that?
That is what snow is good for.
So what, you just hit each other with snow?
Maybe.
Interesting. This is a very interesting things you have.
There's another snowball, this time at Sasha. There's a thump. There's a snowball just clatters against her armor.
Oh, sorry, did a fly into me? Did a light breeze go past suddenly? Did a soft feather fall from the wing of a bird? Just, like, staring directly at Elsyan.
He stares directly back as another one. Thump.
Did a cockroach land upon mine armor and then fall off?
Okay.
That hits. This one, as you say that one, you get a face full of snowball as it hits you in the side of the head.
Worth it!
And I use my spear as a kind of shovel to hoop someone on top of Sasha.
Sasha's going to use the shield as a scoop.
Sasha, make me a dexterity check for this. Or a dexterity save.
You like
sorry.
hurting me, don't you?
Oh.
I believe that's 17, which is one above your DC, which is 16. As you scoop snow on top of Sasha, she uses her shield and just pushes it out of the way. The snow kind of falls to the side.
Nah, I'd now like to use my shield to scoop up more snow and just fling that entire shield full at Elsyan.
Elsyan's gonna make a dex save.
Oh.
And Elsyan falls flat into the snow. Face first as he just gets coated from back on his back and just falls falls into the snow.
And all
But
is
at
right
least
with the
his
world.
clothes are not wet.
That's true. He gets back up and he doesn't even need to brush himself off as the snow can't even cling to him and just falls to the ground. Bern, you're also unaffected by snowballs because you have shishkri clothing.
Well, we've all had our
Bonus
fun.
of history clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, this
We've all...
we should head off. We're getting distracted here.
Yes.
Yes, you guys are.
It's always good to have a little bit of joy and merriment and lightheartedness before heading into the bowels of the earth to be eaten by disgusting purple worms. Or other terrifying creatures, who knows?
Only you, Sasha. Only you will be eaten.
Thank you.
Yes. Alright, so...
So, as you travel over the course of the day, not really much to see. Just the weather front coming in with the snow. The first proper laying snow from the winter. You proceed to make your way towards the mine, and as it begins to get dark at the end of the day, you've kind of pulled out your drift globe, your various globules from light, that kind of thing. And you reach the edge of what looks to be the mine shaft entrance. You can see a wooden kind of barricade of planks have been placed in front of it and kind of nailed onto it to indicate that it's closed. You can see a few have been peeled away where individuals have probably climbed in.
Maybe the adventurers, maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Everybody ready?
It's getting dark. At this point, you just either want to
Are we
take a long rest outside or inside. That's your choice.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I
probably.
thought we just woke up.
It's been half a
just
day to
walked
get
here
here.
You spent a day walking there, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's a day's
Oh.
journey when you're not traveling by horse and cart.
So, inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside.
Inside
Yeah.
it
Oh,
is.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
more
we could
comfortable
dome if
inside.
we wanted.
Yeah, because we have a magical dome. I would just rather have it inside, where like, in case anything happens in the night on the inside that we want to be aware of.
Yeah. As well, it gives us a quick chance to look around if people want to potentially change prepared spells.
Okay.
Depending on what we see, if that's going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. You head inside, traveling through the howling wind of the outside, no longer present.
How dark is it? Imagine all the torches have probably gone off by this point.
Yeah, there are no torches lit.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my my little lamp cantrip, which name has escaped me now. Dancing lights. That's the one.
Of course, lighthouse is lit up.
Dancing lights.
By the way, does anyone use a spell book here?
Nope.
Books?
I mean, I have my prayers. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I have a book with spells written in it, but it's not the source of my magic.
I used a book of music to learn how to do my spells.
And I've got a Bible basically, but it's for like a Turan, and it's mainly just involves things about fire and forging stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
Why do you ask?
I just wanted to know, because might be able to get something. You know, expand my spells.
Of course.
I didn't know that was a thing sorcerers could do.
It's not. I'm just bullshitting.
Let's make a roll for let's incite that bullshit.
Deception, please.
Alright.
This is gonna be pretty good.
Can I roll too?
Oh.
Fuck!
Aha!
Am I able to roll as well?
Nope.
Sure.
Nope. You
Make an
probably win that
insight.
one actually.
Yeah, he probably does. He's got a +8 to this, so that's a
Plus
12.
8. Fuck!
Malcolm. Yeah, Malcolm,
Well,
you
I
know
don't know
that...
enough about sorcery.
Malcolm, you know that on the rare occasion Sorcerers can learn spells from other individuals, however it usually takes several years of training and forced inducement of particular magic. This can usually be a painful process and can kill sorcerers depending on the spell. That's the most you know, and that's more of a tiefling thing than anything else. You don't know if it would be the same for Bern, but otherwise they can't learn spells from other classes.
My response is going to be along the lines of, that doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about sorcerers to contest it.
Yeah. And yet Sasha will have an opinion.
Oh, always.
Yeah. So, as you go in, you can see basically nothing. As you cast your dancing lights, you activate your drift globe as it floats there. You look ahead into it, and you can see just the abandoned mineshaft. You can see weapons strewn about the place, or not weapons, equipment strewn about the place, pickaxes, shovels, just abandoned. And as you look around, you can just about see, just down the way, you can see a minecart that's been toppled over. What looks to be rocks of some kind have been tipped out of it, and you can begin to see skeletons, not picked to the bone, notably. Mostly torn apart. A little ways down, a little further down, and Queglod, you're the only one who really sees this because of your Devil's Sight.
Yeah, Devil's Sight.
Yeah. Whereas the rest of you are currently just seeing just the mishmash of equipment around the place. It looks as if a few of the individuals around here, you get the general sense, Queglod, that some of them have been buried, and that somebody made an attempt before they were either interrupted or moved on.
It seems like someone tried to bury some of the dead here. Possibly the goblins, but more likely the other adventuring party.
Oh, something which you might also be overlooking, which I didn't specify a lot of. A group of guards came in before the adventurers did.
Oh yeah,
or them.
Yeah.
That's
just
also
because I think they're also a possibility. So
yeah, that is, well, whether it was the guards or the adventurers isn't the most important thing. It's whether it was people burying the miners or the goblins. But regardless.
Should we rest up so we can get an early start?
Yes, I think we should. Who's gonna be on watch?
Well, Felipe's
I got a
always
nap.
on watch.
I had a
I'm
nap
happy to take
earlier.
a watch as well.
I'm always gonna take a last watch because I like having last.
Give me as many watches as I can handle,
So,
which is one.
Ghaakt, your Learman's tiny hutting this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You set up the basic incantations as you draw the circle around you, leaving a kind of a tracing just a circle round in kind of the dust that's settled here and the stone. And as you do, this dark black dome covers over you all. You sit there in a nice, comfortable climate. You can hear the wind, but you can't feel the chill from this distance. As those of you who are getting to sleep will prepare for rest. Elsyan will take the middle two watches, because Elsyan can. So who's taking first watch? Somebody can assist
will,
Elsyan
in
with
that
he does.
case.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Alright, first watch. Go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
Can I assist in this or not?
Are you awake?
I mean,
If you're not.
I guess.
Okay, so you're also helping with first watch. Okay. So yeah, roll
Yeah,
for
this would be
you,
with my
roll for
Felipe.
Felipe, and then roll
Yeah.
for Bern as well.
So it's me then, Felipe. So I got.
I got an 11.
Is that right? Oh yeah. No, so I got an 11, and Felipe gets. Oh Jesus!
Wait, how? Do you have
Yeah,
a
Felipe
minus
gets 21.
perception?
Yeah, I have 9 wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah, Queglod doesn't
Also-
have the best stats.
Also, damn Felipe though.
Yeah,
Sorry, Felipe's got it.
Yeah, Felipe's got good perception now.
With the exception that I was wrong again. He doesn't have +8 in this form. He has +3. So my apologies.
Oh,
I was looking at the wrong character sheet. He's still got a 16.
make him big forever.
If only.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Okay. As you're there, as you're both looking out, you hear what sounds to be the running of rats. As you kind of keep an eye out, you can see what looks to be the small horde of rats kind of scuttles towards one of the corpses and just begins taking away the bones, kind of drawing it somewhere.
Oh well, that ain't right.
As they begin like pulling the pieces away and kind of just dragging them along the ground somewhere. With your devil sight, as you get a proper look at this Queglod, you watch as one of the rats, as it kind of picks up a bone with one of its kind of companions, moves over and drops the bones into what looks to be a small hole before it goes over and grabs more.
Wait, are the rats the ones burying the corpses?
Queglod, are your parents here again?
Bloody hope not.
Interesting.
As you're both sat there and kind of you hear this, you hear what sounds to be muttering before you hear a of what sounds to be kind of like wood hitting stone.
Okay. I assume this is out of sight. So
Out of sight, yes. You can just about hear it on the edge of this. And as you're listening, both of you make another perception check for me. This one being more focused on hearing. So Felipe, does he have keen hearing?
Oh, net 20.
I don't think so.
Okay. Bern and
That's
Queglod, for you, Queglod, it's a little bit muffled, it's a little bit hard to hear, but for Bern, you're able to get a better picture of what's being said. As you hear, make sure to bury them thoroughly. We don't want them getting back up. And you hear what sounds to be more of a kind of wood hitting stone. As
He said we don't want them raising back up.
we don't want them getting back up.
Someone in here that isn't a necromancer. Interesting. That's honestly the biggest.
That's new.
Campaign where there is an evil guy just right before them.
Finally, just someone respecting the dead.
It's a collector.
Yeah.
Seems like they scared of a necromancer.
That doesn't bode well. If you
Either
weren't
that
aware,
or
we've
we
had
don't.
some bad run-ins with necromancy.
Okay. At which point you hear a voice say, "Someone's there." As there's kind of a pause,
Wait, what?
the
How did they hear it?
scuttling of rats stops. Almost immediately, as all of the rats that you see just stop and begin surveying the area without moving their feet.
Oh shit, there's a giant black bubble that's been there this entire time.
Look,
How
rats
did we
aren't
not know?
perceptive. He heard you guys talking because it doesn't stop sound.
Wait, it doesn't?
I thought it did.
No.
I thought it did. It stopped everything.
It stops sight, but sound goes through it still.
How else did you think we made the blob cult?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Stupid harpies.
I forgot that it doesn't block sound.
You shout this out to the shout this out to this darkness.
No.
I forgot that it doesn't block sound.
Okay. Are you actually saying that, or are you?
Oh!
No? Okay. Okay. You remain still, you remain quiet, you don't hear anything. Do you do anything?
No.
Sasha's loud snoring.
Would have given us away eventually.
I mean, I think we should stay here until they either run away or try to attack us. I'm not saying that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just going to be keeping an eye out. So what are the rats doing now? Have they retreated or have they gone back
They're
to
still
the
standing there,
tunnel?
kind of looking around, waiting for something to happen.
Okay.
We're doing the same thing.
We will stand around gormlessly as well, yes.
Okay. A little while passes, then you see the rats begin to scurry around again. As you hear what sounds to
It was
be
probably just the wind.
as you hear what sounds to be magic being cast.
No shit, can I tell which?
Make me an Arcana check with disadvantage because you can't see the somatic; you can only hear the verbal.
Nope.
No, you have no idea.
Okay, I'm gonna move into a position to, like, slowly move into a position to potentially shake Sasha awake.
Okay.
If necessary.
You slide over, you grab Sasha, kind of you cover her mouth and shake her awake as she.
I'm not actually shaking her awake yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
You're just
wanna
moving into
move so that I
preparation
can
for. Okay.
At a moment's notice.
Yeah. Something to note, Sasha,
Or
you're
if
not
this
in your
one's-
heavy armor because if you were, you're suffering points of exhaustion.
And I know, I'm well aware that I'm not. And you can shush yourself.
Okay, and I'm going to gesture to Bern to do the same to Ghaakt as well.
I ain't gonna rules lawyer.
I'll go up to Ghaakt and get ready.
What?
No.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. But whacks him over the head. Go back to sleep.
I'm just getting close to you. I'm not waking you up.
Yeah. Bern gets close, not waking up just yet, but kind of getting ready for it. As one of the rats kind of runs over, it stops, peers at the bubble, like blinks 3 times, then turns around and scutters off into the darkness. For you, Bern. For you, Queglod, you see it running off in, like, bolting it in one direction. Seems to have seen the bubble.
Sure. And it's going back to report to its buddy.
A few seconds pass. It's just about to go out of range.
Kill it with fire!
I'm
No.
not going to do anything. I don't think I can do anything.
Can't cast magic through the bubble.
No, exactly.
Okay.
So, one important thing. Presumably whoever it's going to report to is out of range. But
Out of your range.
out of
for
my
that,
sight range.
Yeah.
But if I can tell how fast the rat is going, and roughly how quickly in between it disappearing, and them going, what? There's a Learman's tiny hut. I should be able to tell roughly where they are.
Okay. You do hear.
I love how dumb this is.
You
and
do
I love
hear
it.
shortly after you see all of the. A few seconds after it disappears into beyond your vision, all the rats stop, turn in your direction, do a full 180, and run back in the direction of the other rat. So it's probably maybe 10 feet out of your distance.
What an absolute bastard. Okay, that's fine.
What an absolute bitch.
At which point you hear what sounds to be wood clacking again, as you see a figure come into your view. You see a hunched individual currently walking towards you, carrying what looks to be a walking stick that they're just
Rat or
using
human?
for support. Human. Well,
Oh.
humanoid. hunched, coming towards you. You can't make out any of the features as they have a hood that is completely dropped down below their chin line as they're slowly walking towards you. You can see several large rats mounted on their shoulders that are currently peering out, seemingly its eyes. As it, kind of similar how you use Felipe, as it begins to walk forward, a few steps at a time. As it kind of stops about 60 feet away from the bubble, it brings up its other hand that's kind of... Give me a medicine check. I'm going to say this is only Queglod, because she'd be the only one who can see this because of Devil's Sight. This is 60-foot range.
I have 60 feet
I thought they were 10 feet away.
You have 60
I
feet.
have 60 feet dark.
God damn it.
Oh, yes, you do. Go ahead and do that then, Bern.
Nope,
Right.
it's moonshine.
Queglod,
As he moves his hand, it's almost like a blur to you as you don't know what it is. As you see it, Bern, you can see what looks to be small pustules and kind of bandages that look sickly in colour. As he kind of stands there, he puts his other hand on top of his walking stick. So, what is Learman's tiny hut doing in here? Are you
It is I, the Blob God.
You're not awake, Sasha.
Quiet you.
I look at Queglod.
Quiet you, Ghaakt smacks Sasha in the face.
While Ghaakt is asleep.
And Sasha doesn't wake up. Ever.
I look at Queglod as like, what do we do?
I'm just gonna put one finger over my mouth.
I know you. I heard you talking earlier.
Just go say hi.
I guess should go out, shouldn't I? Alright, I'll go out.
Pretty sure that wouldn't that break the bubble?
No.
No.
Only if
That's
Ghaakt
only
leaves.
Ghaakt leaves.
Only if Ghaakt. Okay.
Okay. So
I'll
you
go
take-
out.
Okay.
You stay here. I'll point to Queglod to stay.
Okay.
I'll go out.
Immediately as you take a step out, you watch as all the rats kind of rear back, their fur kind of pointing upwards and backwards as they're all preparing in just a
I
swarm.
put my hands up as in like, I'm not here to fight.
By the way, while you're on the outside, on the inside, your spear cannot actually leave the bubble unless you carry it out, notably.
Rip.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, do keep that in mind.
You're defenseless.
Fuck. Shit. Alright, whatever.
Oh well.
Fuck, I'm useless.
Well, I know at least there's one more in there. I assume you're resting up for the night.
Yes, we are. Can I ask what you are doing?
Burying my friends.
Are you one of the miners?
Oh,
The adventure.
we came here to try and stop what was down there.
Oh. You're part of the team that was sent. What happened?
And you're here to clean up, I guess.
Well, we were sent to find you guys and deal with whatever's down here if it's still.
It's not pleasant down there.
Can I wake up my allies and talk?
Go ahead. I haven't got long, though.
Alright,
which
I go
point you
point to
watch as
Queglod
he-
to wake up.
You watch as he turns Queglod. You see this now, as he turns, where you hadn't previously seen him, you see what looks to be 4 short swords are currently stuck into his spine at the back, and you don't know how he's moving.
Uh-huh.
as he takes a few steps backwards, moving on, using the walking stick as best he can. You watch as a few rats begin to like scurry up his back, and you watch instinctually as the fur and the flesh peels off, and the bone almost attaches to him before sinking in. It's gruesome, and you've never seen magic quite like it. However, instinctually you can tell this is magic. As the figure walks away back into the darkness, you can then hear what sounds to be a as he hits the floor with presumably his walking stick.
Can we wake up Sasha at this point?
Yeah, I'll wake up Sasha. And,
What? Hello?
we've got company. Wake the others.
The murdery kind, or the invite them over for tea
The
kind?
strange magic kind. We think he's part of the adventurers
Okay. Give me a little bit to get my armor on, and then I'll be right out.
That's not gonna be.
too. How long is a little bit?
That's 30
Doesn't
minutes.
it take
That's 10 minutes, thank you, I think.
I don't think we have that sort of time, but I don't think he's...
Alright. At least let me grab my shield, at least.
Fine. And I'm going to wake up Elsyan and Ghaakt.
I'm finding how long it takes on to put
And-
heavy armor, just for
And Sudz, yeah.
relevance.
How much?
It for heavy armor to don it, so put it on, is 10 minutes. Takes an action to pick up a shield. So Sasha picks up her shield, and you all wake each other up.
I'm gonna bring my my drift globe with me.
Okay.
I quickly come.
What's going on?
Ghaakt, are you staying in the bubble?
Yes, please.
You should
Can I
probably
peek out the
stay
bubble?
here.
Well, I can see out the bubble.
You can see
Yeah,
out the
you
bubble,
can
but not
see
very
it.
far.
You stay here so the bubble doesn't disperse.
Okay, can I at least
In
put my
case
head
we
out
need
so
a
I can
safe
see?
space.
Does that count as leaving?
I'd say it would count as leaving, unfortunately.
Okay.
You
Why
should've
did you
left
wake me
Ghaakt
up
to
then?
sleep.
Alright,
I'm going back to bed.
quickly follow.
Okay.
Okay. As you
Following.
guys proceed to move forward, you can see a hunched figure in kind of a dark, tattered black robes. Currently, you can see a small cube of earth that's currently like setting itself aside, kind of like spilling out a bit, as the individual seems to have cast some kind of spell to move earth. As you see a horde of rats currently dragging bones into the hole.
Right.
So,
So could
what's going
someone
on
catch
here?
me up on what's
In terms of magic, Malcom, you're the only one who would have seen this kind of magic before.
Okay. Do I know what kind of magic it is?
Yes. Well, you know what class he is, effectively.
Well, yeah. Wait. Yeah. Wait.
So what happened
So,
down there?
does that mean the thing that I sent you on a message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this guy like obviously unwell looking?
From what you can see, make me a medicine check with disadvantage from this distance.
Can I do the same?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I make it pretty good.
Malcolm, it's
only
hard to tell. You can see what looks to be the glimmer of some kind of metal, kind of jamming out of his person, but there's nothing immediate which is catching your attention to this.
20 is my roll.
Okay, 20.
They're down here.
All together, I mean, not now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
In terms of what you see, Sasha, you obviously see the blades that are stuck into his back, and you can see portions of his body where he's got like these sickly bandages wrapped up and these kind of almost boiling disease that seems to be ravaging his body.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you need help. How can I? What can I do? How can I help?
Are you taking
I'm a
steps
cleric.
forward to him?
I'm calling out to him. Can I please come forward? You look very unwell. Can I please help you?
No, there's nothing wrong with me here.
Are you sure you do have swords sticking out of you?
I'll be fine.
I seriously, it's not a problem. I can just pump some healing and restoration.
Can I insight to see if he's basically if he's actually okay or if he's not okay?
Make me an insight.
What's life?
Regardless of what you think, he's fairly convincing and he seems to believe he's okay.
What happened down there? What attacked?
Machines, constructs. I don't work on them. I don't have the strength for it.
Well, from what I can tell, you're a collector, right?
Indeed. I specialize in diseases.
Ah, I see.
Okay, I mean, that makes your whole, like, demeanor look a little less worrying, but still swords.
Constructs, how many?
Powerful ones. In the group we disturbed something. I'm not sure what it was. But we ended up with 10 powerful ones on our tail. Took out most of my group. I was one of the last few left. I retrieved the bodies. But that was about it.
Was something controlling them, or?
I don't know. All I know is if you see any structures made of smooth black stone, don't go near them. I don't know what they're made of. Dwarf didn't either. Some kind of arcane architecture. And you watch he kind of leans over at this point, kind of going down onto one knee. You see another one of the rats climb onto his back and sink in, and it's torn apart and sinks into him.
Do you have a map?
No. Our leader did, but he's long buried.
Please, there has to be something I can do to help you. You are obviously not well.
You make any attempt to heal me, and you'll only hurt yourself.
He's a disease collector. I'm pretty sure being unwell is his whole deal.
Wait. I may have
Shouts
another
that
option.
From the back, just shouting out, "I'm sure he's fine."
Is he also a collector of stab wounds?
You don't know.
So, then that's fine.
Tinnitus counts.
Wait. I am a cleric, but not all things to help you are necessarily healing magic. I could transfer some of my life force to you.
I'm already
would that
on
help?
that.
Okay. It just seems a shame. You've lost a lot here. I'd rather you not lose your life as well.
I won't. I'll live, but I have a job to do.
And
What did these structures do that you saw?
The structures or the constructs?
Structure first.
We don't know. Pyramid-like in design. Covered in some green magic. We weren't sure. I couldn't tell. We tried to dispel it. Immediately brought their attention upon us.
These constructs, what were they like?
Like sets of armor. Wielding swords and shields. Immune to most spells.
Great.
They have magic beyond our own control. Physical attacks were the only way through. But they were able to store magic within them that protected them.
Shield.
I don't know what they were fully capable of, but they took us down. There's a ravine past the Goblin Village. Down at the base of that is where we fell. I escaped because I can transform myself, but that's about it.
And the goblins,
Are they
were they hostile?
Dead, all of them.
So
Before
That's
we
why
got
they came
there.
through.
yep, had a feeling that's they were running.
Right now I'm burying the guards that came through before us.
Magic.
Let's see. Well, if you say you don't need our help, then it's fine.
Thank you. Just leave them as they are. I'll bury them slowly but surely.
Would you like any food or drink?
I'll be fine. To feed my ones, I need lots. I've got plenty.
All right. Right.
How long were we resting?
Hmm?
How long were we resting?
About 2 hours. So if you want
So
to
we
get a
get
full
back to
rest,
the bubble.
yeah. You go back to the bubble.
Yeah,
You can
finish
hear.
the long rest.
Yeah. You can hear him working for the remainder of the 6 hours. As you kind of go through this, he doesn't seem to sleep or rest through this. And as the wind outside calms, the bubble fades after the 8-hour period. You can see him where he's kind of moved over to one corner and he seems to have sat down. And you can see him now trying to slide the blades out of his back as he pulls a few out, the blood trickling before he places his hand on it and casts his own cure wounds spell. The rats currently swarming around him.
The best thing we can do is have Queglod, would you say you're competent with a quill? Queglod?
Simon?
Queglod.
Simon?
Oh no, we've lost him.
Rip.
He gone.
What do you
He
need
gone.
spell skills for?
I was thinking Felipe's, immortal.
How about now?
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we-
okay. Queglod. Those constructs managed to take out almost the entirety of the most vaunted party in the Adventurers Guild. As much as I hate to say it, we can't go in guns blazing. We might not even be able to go in at all. Felipe is, at least to a degree, immortal. Could you connect to Felipe, send him through the mines, and then transcribe the map using him?
Possible. You'd lose communication with him after 100 feet, but you could still see through his eyes beyond that.
And I can pretty much do the same with Featherwing.
Yeah, but Featherwing could die.
No, Featherwing goes back to a
familiar.
pocket dimension. He's a familiar.
Oh, I know he was a familiar. I thought he was, but because he wasn't like gone through the find familiar spell, he would, actually die.
No, it was.
I mean,
He's
even then,
He's
you
a.
can recast it and
Yeah,
summon him.
No, but
back.
he wasn't gone by it.
No, he wasn't.
He was bound by extra measures. He has the find familiar spell, but he can't find any other familiars. It has to be a pseudo dragon. So he can't transform it into an octopus. He can't do all of the transformation stuff that others can. It has to be a pseudo dragon.
Okay.
So that's the negative that he has with the version that he has. While this is all going on, as you're kind of standing there and as you're preparing for this, you hear scraping of steel along stone.
That coming from them?
And you hear it further down, straight ahead of you, where you were originally heading. At which point you watch as the individual next to you immediately jolts as he pulls himself up onto his walking stick. You best get out of here. If they're in large numbers, they'll slaughter you. Unless you're stronger than us, of course.
Wow.
I doubt that, honestly.
Who said that?
Me. Well, obviously it was me. I wouldn't bank on our...
This wouldn't be too ashamed to say that getting more backup for this one required.
Right. Queglod, what you lose your connection to Felipe after 100 feet, was it?
Yes.
But you can still see through Felipe's eyes.
No.
Should be
No?
able to.
Can see through the raven's eyes and hear what it hears while it's within 100 feet of you.
Oh. Oh, no.
Out of the range, he can't. I assume you can't use sending a message on...
While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Next paragraph. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining this benefit in any special senses the familiar has. During this time, you are deaf and blind regardless of your own senses.
What?
You
That's
can,
from,
you just can't.
That's from Find Familiar.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That's not what Felipe is, though.
Is he not?
Well, he's from Sentinel Raven.
Right, but it
But-
says it
but-
acts
Yeah,
as if
that
he's
is
the
accurate.
familiar. Yeah, but it says he follows the familiar, find familiar spell, doesn't it? In terms of what he can do.
Never mentions the spell.
It says it assumes the form and game statistics of a raven.
Yeah, no, okay, so he's different to find familiar. So Pseudo Dragon could, but he'd take 10 GP of incense and
I do have that, so.
and charcoal if you wish to resummon him. Yeah, okay, so it's different. Okay, never mind then. So yeah, never mind. It's not like the find familiar. It's only Featherwing who can do that.
Holy shit! I forgot that Soul of the Raven was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's helpful, but somewhat situational.
During this time, you gain the benefits of your raven being perched on your shoulder. Doesn't that mean you're immortal?
No, it means my raven can't be hurt, and again, the bonus is to perception.
While perched on your shoulder, the raven can't be targeted. Oh, as in it gives you the bonuses you get from the raven being perched on your shoulder. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one
I
where
was
he-
confused for a second.
Yeah, it's effectively as if he's as if Felipe's being carried or worn.
Okay.
Okay, so as you're all standing there, you can hear the scraping of metal as it gets closer, but then begins to get further away again.
So.
Can we use sending to tell people in the city about this or not?
Yeah, that is a possibility. Because,
You can
yeah.
inform them without us needing to go back. Are you gonna inform them?
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. So we're not planning. We can't. I don't know whether we can like take this thing. So we're gonna need to like get the backup before heading in. I'd still like to.
It's still a thing we should investigate down.
I
don't think they chase us they chase her all the way down up to you.
So long as you're quiet, they won't notice you.
Well, I should be able to scout it without an issue.
The main thing to note is unless you start messing with their magic, you don't have to worry about them.
Wait, what was that? If we don't start messing with their magic?
Yeah, as long as you don't start messing with their magic, so effectively they messed with whatever the green glow was around the building, and as a result...
They tried to dispel magic.
Yeah, and as a result, it triggered them to start attacking them.
Would Identify be messing with their magic or not?
I'm not sure.
We don't know.
You'd have to experiment.
Actually, he wasn't super clear. Did they successfully dispel the magic?
No.
No,
we tried.
What level?
Whatever it was a powerful spell. I'm not the one who cast it. Our higher level caster, she was the one who used the spell.
Also, interestingly enough, Queglod, you can turn into a raven. You could just fly around there, and they would not be able to touch you. Because you're tiny.
Do you know what level she casted at?
4th tier, I believe.
Oh.
That's as high as we can go.
I see. We should still check if the thing that was making the sound is alone, or if there's.
Want me to go see?
I can
Probably.
investigate. I can see quite far out, so I don't have to get too close to anything.
Check if it's alone or if there's just a few. If there are just a few, we can maybe take them.
If you don't mind, I would recommend contacting Hurricane via Sense.
Yes.
Yes, I will. Okay, I'll. Can we form like a note of exactly what we want to say, and then I can bring it down to 25 words.
Construct, ravine, goblin village.
Like, can someone who heard everything give me a rough guideline?
I'll message you on this.
Cheers.
Okay.
Queglod, if
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going to be turning into a raven, would you like me to accompany you as in my spider form so I can be able to give us the stealth bonus?
Oh, that's a fan-fucking-tastic idea.
Yes, you're more than welcome to join me, Malcolm.
Okay. So I assume with this you're casting Pass Without a Trace and going into Spider Malcolm.
Yes.
Okay. And Queglod, you are...
Yeah, I will use Soul of the Raven.
Okay, and transform into a raven. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As the two of you proceed forward, both make stealth checks for me, please.
Give me 1 sec to take off a spell slot real quick.
That's fine.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that's good, because if Malcolm rolls a natural 1, at least it counteracts it for the most part.
Oh, it was so close!
So close. However, as Spider Malcolm, that is still like plus 18, so... Or like plus 15 or something. So that's 20 and like...
22.
32.
32.
Plus 10.
32. Because, plus 10.
Plus no, choice, yeah. The two of you move forward silently. As you continue to do so, you get to what looks to be the edge of the 3rd spiral down. As you look down, you can see what looks to be, as it kind of goes down, just the central spiral, as it begins to go down, you can see what looks to be the beginning of the main way, of the main carved out area for the entire area. You can see walking around that, traveling down alongside the around the outside of the staircase, along the kind of like the rough stone, you can see what looks to be these construct-like creatures. They are marching, shields and swords raised, kind of walking along. They haven't seemed to have noticed you. You also see behind them 2 of them, and you see behind them 2 less well organized, but complete sets of armor that seem to almost be lumbering behind them slightly, trying to keep pace. These ones are
There's
armed.
4 in total.
There's 4 in total, but there's 2 more well-armed ones by the looks of it, and 2 less armed ones. If you wish to get closer, you can. Otherwise, Queglod, are you proficient in Arcana?
I should be, but let me...
If you are, then I'll allow you a check at disadvantage Actually, no, I'll allow you a regular check for this. Malcom, you would have no idea what these are, so...
yes, I am, so...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Malcom, you've more dealt with animals, less with constructs.
Yeah.
That's 20.
20. You identify the lesser creatures as animated armors. They are pieces of plate pulled together by magic that are able to move quite freely. They are fairly weak in terms of when it comes against spells. They are very susceptible to... Someone casts a spell magic, they kind of fall apart for a minute. And then they have to reassemble themselves.
Right.
They are fairly susceptible. The other ones, on the other hand, as you kind of get a better look, they are coated in some kind of magical shell. They aren't animated armors, these are some kind of improved ones, and you aren't entirely sure what they are.
Okay, interesting.
There are 2 and 2.
Interesting.
They haven't seemed to have noticed you, neither. They're not reacting to your presence at all. What would you like to say your message to Hurricane?
I think he's still writing it.
Okay, I think I've got it down to exactly 25 characters, but can I run it by you first to double check?
Sure.
In mine, empty goblin village, ravine containing constructs and arcane structures. Constructs attack unless quiet and don't mess with their magic. Only 1 adventurer left.
Yeah, that's 24 or 25. I think I miscounted, so I think it is 25 exactly.
Okay. I would like to send that.
Okay. You get a reply of, can you handle this? Or should I send another team? It might be better working alone. Larger groups will attract more attention.
I'm gonna have this conversation. A larger group will attract more confrontation. A smaller group will be able to sneak past them more effectively and potentially find a way past them.
Also, I might include the fact that they absorb magic.
Wait, they what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it said
magic melee fighters only, please.
Said, the guy said mostly immune to magic. Immune to most magic.
Oh, then we're super fucked. Yeah, we need to.
Like 90% magic users. Well, probably 100% more now that Behold's gone.
Mm-hmm.
We are so not the team for this.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. We could probably still find ways to mess with them, but we are not set out to defeat these guys. Right. Oh, has my stealth gone, Brobody?
No.
No.
you should be fine.
My connection looked weird for a minute. Okay.
No, mine did as well. It's fine.
Here's
I think it's just Discord bug.
Here's what I'm gonna put forward. Sure, it would probably be better if we were in a small party to do this. But
Maybe
I would say that we are incapable.
ask for like one more person or something with that uses weapons, basically martial.
Okay. We require assistance. Melee fighters specifically.
Non-magical fighter.
Non-magical fighters, yeah.
Okay, so you send in the second sending to him,
Okay,
relaying
it won't
those
come up to
key
25.
points across.
Yeah.
He responds with, "Understood. The best I have is guards or full teams. I can't send individuals. They won't last. Can you handle this? Or fall back?"
I relay this to everyone. We gotta make a choice here.
Well,
Unless you plan on doing a sneak attack on whoever's controlling them, I don't think we have much of a choice.
I still think we should try to.
I'm basically
I've got a
useless.
really dumb idea.
What's the dumb idea?
So, you know, create or destroy water.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast that like a lot. With another night's rest, I can also cast like I can learn the 4th level spell control water.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you there and make it a set. You're going to try and flood the entire tunnel.
Not the entire tunnel, but enough of it to like have a water source, and then I can create a large area of effect.
That gives me an idea. How many people here know Shatter?
Me.
I do as well.
I don't think it's a spell I can learn, but I'll double check.
I don't think it's one I can learn either.
That's thunder damage, right?
Yes.
It does double damage to construct.
Actually, it might be
it does.
force. It's force of thunder. Thunder, yeah.
I mean, I can do thunder damage,
I mean, if it
but
does damage to constructs, what if constructs absorb magic?
Well, it doesn't. She said most. If the weak animated armors are probably not. I mean,
At this point, we'll say
did
Malcom and
actually
Queglod return to relay their
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, as a slight note, Shatter doesn't do double damage, but it makes them have disadvantage on their save.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
If
So
they're
it
made
makes
of,
it more likely
if they're
to
made
be.
of inorganic material.
Ah, okay. I thought it just.
So-
Notably, it wouldn't bypass the spell, although it is still a good option for the lesser ones.
Yeah, the lesser ones are probably not as immune. The more armored ones probably have some more resistances or immunities.
We can try and have most of the. I can go and start. I can work on healing people while we try and figure out something that would actually work against them.
I mean, I have my spear, and Sasha has pretty good melee capability.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I can still smack something. But
We have Ghaakt with us. I don't even know what that is.
It's a Viol.
Oh yeah.
Elsyan?
Giant.
Elsyan.
Yes.
What's your range on sensing mind?
I don't sense mines exactly. I can tell if something has something to be targeted, but only once I've set eyes on it myself.
Can you tell But you can tell the difference between, like, say, a construct like this and something, and a living creature. Yes, like if you. Yeah.
It depends. I need to try and see if how it's affected by psychic damage first. I need to see if I can target something.
I mean, we know your attacks worked on the Geist. That was a construct, at least, but it was vaguely biological in its creation.
At which point the collector who's sat nearby goes, "If you're planning on fighting that thing, you might want to test to see what spells you want to try and use against it. Certain ones have no effect. Otherwise, it's fairly resilient versus magic."
Do you know what kinds had
magic?
Fireball had no effect on it.
All of them? Said all of them?
All of what?
Fireball.
Well, I asked.
Yeah, fireball.
Fireball
has no effect. I'm not sure what spells other spells were cast. All I know is that anything I tried, they were almost impervious to.
What did you try?
Bane.
I'm guessing mostly poison, necrotic.
Alright, I'll net
Yeah.
Bane off my list then.
Necrotic. Okay.
Probably poison as well.
Probably what?
Said probably poison as well.
I mean, it's armor. You can't really poison that.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll try on these, so we know later on what to use or what might be effective.
Okay, Chris, I need like a rough size basis of how big this ravine area they're in is.
I don't know.
You don't know. You haven't got there yet.
Yeah, this is what this is for. We need to draw it.
Okay. Question.
You know that somewhere from here on there's a goblin village.
There's
And then somewhere beyond that there's a ravine. Yeah, somewhere around here there's stuff.
Okay, we might not want to get rid of that bit. Okay. Right.
Okay,
You two, Queglod and Malcom, you saw at least some of it, right? Can they draw it?
I mean, as soon as I go back...
dexterity check.
A dexterity check?
Yeah, if you want to draw it, make a dexterity check.
Okay.
We have multiple sheets of paper as given to us by Hurricane, so...
Yes, for drawing a map. If you wish to do this, I'm going to make it harder and harder for you to draw a map.
Wait, what?
Oh, damn it. It was so close.
You begin to start drawing it, it just looks like a suit of armor.
No, I was trying to draw a map.
No, the map of what they saw.
Oh,
Yeah,
the map of
that's
what they
what-
saw? They
Yeah,
saw
We
this
didn't go
bit.
very far, did we?
Oh, they saw this bit.
They
okay.
were standing at the top here, looking down.
Oh, right.
That's where we were?
Yeah, that's where you were.
I thought you guys like went closer.
All of you guys are up here. They they basically went to the end of the corridor and looked down into here. That's all they saw.
Oh.
They saw 2 people here and then 2 over here in the back.
No, two of them who are patrolling and the other 2 are following them as best they can.
Yeah, did you say those two? Those two were the unmodified animated.
The ones that are trying to follow, yeah, the animated
Yeah.
armors.
Did you say they were more like lumbering
Yes.
or more crudely designed?
Not crudely designed. They seem to have been made well. It's just a matter of they look
Okay.
to be slower and as if they're using more energy to try and keep up.
Okay, so it's not a question that they're better built. It's that the stronger ones are better animated then.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Well, we can try and take these ones out, see what works, see what doesn't. I can judge.
We managed to take one of them out while we were down there. They are killable, don't worry, just in large numbers they get more dangerous.
Well, we saw 4. 2 big ones and 2 small ones.
The small ones are easy. You can cleave those down with magic. They're susceptible to it. The other ones, on the other hand, balance that out.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess we should try and go now. You still have your pass without a trace?
They
Should
would,
be on.
Yeah, it's like an hour or so. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's go sneak up and go try and get him.
I have had to cast 2 third-level spells, guys.
It's okay.
May
You
I
don't
al-
need spells.
may
Just
also-
We
try
need you in the front line.
Sasha, may I also remind you, you have to wait about 10 hours till you can take a long rest. So
I know it's real bad. I'm
You used
I'm
them.
just saying.
you guys made a choice, and that's what happens. You made a choice.
I
and
mean,
you-
I'm down to 2nd level spells, so.
What's a second level spell to 2 third-level spells?
Just gonna say, Sasha, he ended on a question: retreat or can you handle it?
Oh yeah.
So he ended on a
Okay,
question.
yeah, I
there.
know. That's why I need to do another one as well. It's not good.
I wish there's no way to give a spell slot to somebody.
Nope.
I would if I could.
Nope. Unfortunately not.
All I can, doesn't matter, does it? Here's what I'm gonna. I have to send something back, right? So.
You can try and take them on, and then you can send it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try and take
Yeah.
them on, and then I can send it. If I don't have anything, we might as well just go. But third level spell slots are too important for me to, not have at least one.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Since we never actually talked about it, I did switch the thing back from the Parryat. Because I only had the Parryat for the
arena
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Well,
I suggest getting the backup.
Well, first we're gonna try and see how taking things down will be.
Yes, we should try at least.
You sure that's
See what we
wise?
can do.
Well, there's
Also,
only
I
one.
do have work tomorrow.
It's probably gonna end soon.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna move forward.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone, make a stealth check then, please.
With the +10.
Disadvantage on
26.
you, Sasha.
I'm well aware.
Oh fuck! I have a.
Well, Elsyan is good.
28.
Yep.
Oh,
I have a 20 still though.
no, mine's the worst one.
You're
Two
19.
still. 19.
I'm
I have 19 as well.
Mine is
Actually, wait,
22.
what was it? 9. I actually have an 18.
Haha.
So,
Yes, I also have minus Dexter.
as you
Don't
proceed,
judge me.
as you proceed forward, you move through and you begin moving up. Even with the clanking of Sasha's armor, you're able to remain stealthy for the most part. You get to the edge and you look down and you can see the creatures below. Only Queglod can see them. The rest of you are having difficulty seeing them. Bern, with your range, you can see them.
I can or can't?
Can, yeah. They are. You can see them when they get to the upper level, and then they curve back round to the lower level.
So there's still only 4.
3. Or yeah, 4. Sorry.
Well, I've got a long range spell.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
assume
right.
my spear has been dragged out, and there's nothing.
Yes. No. Your spear is floating in the air.
if you can point me to where they are, I can throw a spell at them and try and hit them from. Wait, how far are they?
About 70, 80 feet down.
Yeah, I can be able to hit.
I mean, we can get closer, I think.
Cantrip. Yeah, I can be able to hit them from here.
Closer. I want to get further away.
Okay, as you
Yeah,
are you
we
getting
wanna
closer?
Be
or
careful
are
about
you-
getting. We want to be careful at getting too close.
Yeah, about 60 feet should be where we get to, so we can at least see them.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's.
Going down the
We
stairway.
wouldn't be- Yeah.
Going down the stairway a little way. You follow them
I'm
and you
going to
kind
say
of...
my drift globe is not yet active.
No, yeah. You keep you're going down, keeping about 60 feet away from them.
Yeah.
You proceed to do so. At one point, Sasha loses her footing. She takes a few steps forwards and stops, seemingly making a lot of noise. They don't notice. The constructs keep moving, and they keep walking around, seemingly oblivious to Sasha's blunderingly loud noise she just made.
That was obviously heard, right?
Obviously heard. You could have heard that back at the entrance.
So,
Can I just say I'm not the one with the lowest stealth score
But you're
this
the
time?
only one wearing heavy armor, so therefore you are loud. Clank clank.
No.
should I
So
try and get her?
she did say if you don't mess with their magic, they don't attack.
Yes.
He.
You technically don't know.
What?
Down to look at
Yeah,
guys.
that's true.
Yeah.
You said he twice, so I'm gonna go with he.
Fine. Okay.
Should I try and get their attention with the spell?
What spell?
I was just gonna throw a firebolt at them.
Fireball or firebolt?
Firebolt.
I can do the same. You can go try and take one of the small ones out, I guess.
Okay.
Synchronized firebolts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcom, as you cannot see this far into the darkness, you'll be making this attack with disadvantage. Bern, it is on the cusp of your dark vision, so you can make this as a regular roll.
Wait,
Do you want
I
me to
thought
send out
I had
some
30
dancing
60.
lights to your...
We are
Uh,
within 60, so I should be able to barely see 'em.
You're in complete darkness, which means you're using dim light vision as 60, which means that you're at disadvantage because you're acting as if you're in dim light.
So, yeah, it'd be dim light anyway.
Yeah.
Man.
Unless you use dancing light, drift globe, or a light, you'll have disadvantage on the attack.
Ooh, I have an idea. What if I use light on a rock, toss it down, and then when I can see, we both shoot?
You want to do that?
Or we can just send the drift globe. Can we send the drift globe?
I can just
Drift
use a
globe
cantrip.
remains within Sasha's radius.
Ah,
Yeah, and I can be able to get a light down there without an issue.
So we might as well do that.
sure, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, I'm picking up a rock and I'm using the light cantrip on it,
Okay.
and then tossing it down.
You pick up a rock,
Yeah.
you tap lighthouse onto the top of it, and it immediately glows as you
I'm gonna have to have somebody point me in the way where they are.
I point towards.
as it skims across a few of the stones, landing near where they are. You watch immediately
Looks like they're wrecked.
as it flies through the air. You watch as it gets to a point, and immediately the two with shields spin round, raising their shields and sword
And we're both
In-
hitting the small one. now.
in preparation. The two small ones turn, but they don't seem to know entirely what's going on, as if they can't
We're
react
gonna
in
go for
time.
the small ones.
Okay, aiming for the same one or different ones?
Same one.
Okay, attack rolls from each of you. I will say with advantage for a surprise attack against the ones that are unaware.
Seems like blindsight to
Oh,
me.
come on!
As you fire the firebolt down, Malcolm, as it streaks through the air, it seems you watch as one of the heavier ones raises its shield, batting it out of the sky, seemingly knowing its presence. What did you roll for your total there?
Oh my lord. That's +8, I think.
+8. Okay, so 21 that hits. And you do 2 points of fire damage. I will note that down for next time, as you will be entering combat with these creatures. As they are now aware that you are there.
Jesus Christ, these rolls.
I
Oh
know,
my.
right? Like, look at this! What am I supposed to do with a
2 points of fire damage. Oh boy.
2 points, boys.
You watch as Elsyan, just because I'm going to add it in for flair, he used Mind Thrust on one of the small animated armors. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really have minds to thrust.
However, immediately after he does that, he says, "Those stronger ones I can hit."
Jesus.
And a
That was the sound of the mind thrust.
Yep.
Well, I guess the motorcycle got itself heard.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the grating of mind on steel.
Indeed. But they can be affected by psychic damage.
The big ones can, which that's interesting.
Yeah. They are not immune to psychic damage, and at that, you're almost caught off guard as these creatures immediately move into a battle stance and prepare for combat. And that is where we will end the session.
Cool.
Well,
just so you can get a
Elvin,
better idea of your current position. Oh, I don't have the battle map. I'll put it in next time. It's fine. That's fine. I'll import this all after the session. So, for those on the stream, thank you for watching. I apologize for all the dropped frames. I don't know what's using up all my CPU. Like, mathematically, looking through all this stuff, it should come to about 60, but it's using up 100%, so something's using up a lot.
All the point.
No.
Yep,
All the porn stars.
exactly.
They gotta be stars, otherwise it's not worth it.
Exactly.
Exactly. See what I'm
That's why there's
talking about.
three.
Alright. Well, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. And we will see you next week for more Dawnseekers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.